They have, they've saved us a little bit. Our offense, we've moved it in spurts. We just haven't done it consistently for 4 quarters. We're hoping to get to that point, and if we do, we can take a little pressure off the defense. I know the kids like to play defense, but we'd rather not put them in critical situations like that, game in and game out.
Hook, I think that you were kind of wondering, as was Brad and I, what kind of offense you would have when it was time to throw the ball. We knew what kind of offense you had when it was time to run the ball, but what was going to happen when you had to throw the ball? And you didn't necessarily need to throw a ball a lot last week, but it was good to see that Brady went, 8 for 9? Maybe not some of the prettiest throws, but still 8 for 9, and he connected on a touchdown or 2.
Yeah, we can throw the football. It's just a matter, we're trying to find out what formations work best for us, how much we do out of play action, how much we do out of non-play action. So we are still adding to that. We spent more time on it this week, and we're trying to get to that point where we're probably not going to get to a point where it's okay at the end of the game you've got half your yards from running and half your yards there. That's probably not going to happen. There's not a lot of teams that do that. But what we want to get to is to be able to have the threat of an equal. Are they passing this play? Are they running this play? If we can get to that point, then the defense has a lot to think about. You're going to have to start picking your poison a little bit, and that's what we want to get to. Can we threaten half the time? It's like a pitcher. You don't have to throw half breaking balls and half fastballs as far as a baseball term goes. But if you have the threat that is there and there's some quality behind it, then a batter has to think. And when you brain lock a batter, then you're in business as a pitcher.
Right.
Same thing as an offensive coordinator. When you can brain lock a defense a little bit, then you're in business.
One time, maybe last week, I think that normally Bryce Abbott lines up yard right behind Brady Perez. But there was a play last week that he lined up 3 or 4 or 5 yards behind it and got a full head of steam when you absolutely needed 3 yards.
Right. We've tweaked that a little bit, our formation. We call that just the ace formation, where there's one back still in the backfield. It's still the fullback. He's just deeper now. And at 229 pounds, we've got a package in now, I guess you would call for him. We've got some inside, we've got some outside for him. And Bryce is quicker than what you might think. He's not just a bulldozer. Bryce has pretty good feet. Kid's a good basketball player. He's a good athlete. So when you've got 229 running downhill, that's a pile driver right there. That's the hope right there.
Look, I've talked to a lot of coaches that have coached through homecoming. And the majority of those coaches tell me, I don't like it, I don't like the distraction. Well, you've got homecoming this week, and on top of that, a short week. Yeah,
it was a short week. We did bring the kids in on Monday, and it's a tough one. They're out of their routine. They're in a 3-day weekend, and, we have to try to get them back in the fold as early as we can during this week. And then, homecoming, I don't think the distractions have been too great. I think the kids have had some fun with it, had the bonfire Wednesday night. On Friday we do some different things, and it's not the most favorite week for the coaches, but I think our kids know, enjoy it. They're more spectators during this, and I said, hey, you're the crowning jewel of the homecoming, and so your time's at 7 o'clock. They want to go do a lot of this stuff, but we don't allow too much of that. I'd hate to get some injuries during the big, dodgeball tournament or whatever they're doing. But they know that their time's at night, so I think they've handled it pretty well.
Hook, in today's world, it is really, really hard for a kid not to kind of follow and keep up on what other teams are doing. Back in the day when I was playing, there wasn't the multimedia thing, and you really had to rely on the coach to let you know what was going on outside our locker room. So with that being said, with
And then they put it on them in the second half, and that was good to get. They played Logan in week 1. It was a 2-point game at half, and they kind of ran out of gas. It was their first game, and then last week they had an awful lot of yardage, but couldn't get the win. So it was nice for them to put it together last week and get on the winning track.
Okay. Hook, what do you guys got to do tonight to win?
Well, I think we have to control the ball with the run tonight. We're still going to throw the football, but we really want to dominate up front. Our rushing yardage has been okay. That's all I'm going to say right now. It's been okay. We need to get our rushing yardage up in that 250 plus per game, and that'll open up our passing game. Again, and then on defense, sometimes you like the turnovers, don't always know if you can count on them, but keep swarming to the football. Play smart defense. It's controlled chaos, and let's keep growing. We have a lot of room to improve, and tonight's one of those games I think we can do that with.
Hook, would I be safe to say that it may not be every series, but as a game as a whole, we've won the battle up front about every game?
Yeah, I think we've had the edge. Okay, it's not a great edge. I think we've had the edge. You've seen some really good things out of our line of scrimmage, both sides. It's just a matter of being real consistent with that. We've played with a lead so far. We want to expand on that. We don't want to get into the fourth quarter and have to, have our defense, keep their back to the wall. Mm-hmm. We want to extend the lead in the fourth quarter and, bring the hammer down a little bit as the game goes on.
Okay. Hook, thanks for your time. Good luck. We'll talk to you after the game.
All right. Thank you very much.
Zebra head coach Brian Hooker back with more of the Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance pregame show after this on 92.1 WROI.
So we pulled you into the...
Welcome back to the Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance pregame show here on WROI. Wildcats head coach Jeff Sprunger joins us, and coach, on the road tonight, going into Rochester, where it's homecoming for them tonight. You're 0-3, Jeff. Assess for me the first 3 games.
We're a real young team, and we're coming out and we're learning the game. We have a lot of sophomores playing, a lot of young juniors playing. We only returned 1 guy from last year, really offensively, and no guys on defense. And so each week we're continually looking at, are we getting better? Are we progressing? And we like to think we have been. And there's one thing about the kids without taken out of the first 3 games is that they continue to fight. They continue to play hard all the way throughout. And so those are the positives we're taking out, but it's just still a lot of the small details that we got to continue to work on getting better at. I feel a lot of similarities between our team this year and Rochester last year.
Yeah. The thing that you just hit on, I was going to go to, I wanted to know if they were still fighting late in the games when maybe sometimes it's out of reach, and are they still fighting in practice? And it sounds like they are.
Yeah, and that's the one thing. The kids are still coming with a lot of enthusiasm, a lot of excitement for the game, and even late in the games, they're cheering their teammates on, and they're competing, and at practice, with as many positions that we have available and open, and there's no position still clear cut. We still have kids fighting, competing at practice, and that's what we like to see. And so the energy's high, and that's good. That's the positive thing.
Well, Jeff, I look up and down your roster, and I do see some familiar names on the roster.
Yeah, we got Hunter Reed there, and he's a fullback that we have coming back, 1,100-yard rusher last year, a kid we've tried to make a staple of this season, and it gets frustrating for him. He had some support last year with Garrett Elder that was able to open things up for him, but he's been a champ and just plugging away and understanding that we're going to take our lumps and beatings, and he keeps plugging away each week. We got Caleb Booz on the defensive side of the ball, who we've looked at and said, hey, you got to step up and be a leader out there, and he's taken on that challenge really well. And he might be only a $120, 25 on the roster, 30 maybe, I don't know, but he's playing like 170-pound safety corner wherever we put him at for that week. Come down hard and hit guys.
As you come into the season and knowing what you knew coming in, was it, Jeff, was it stick with the plan that I know how to coach, or is it maybe let's adjust to the kids I've got coming?
We've done that. We've looked at trying to adjust a little bit to the guys that we have, but sticking with what we're throwing. We're not going to try to reinvent the wheel either. We're going to do what we do well. Let's try to throw the ball around. But we do have a quarterback who's done it, who's 6'3", and has a decent arm. We have some hands. So we have looked at throwing the ball a little bit more. Statistics show that we have put the ball in more now, 15 times a game. Average is not a lot for some people, but for Whitko, they really is. So we are adjusting a little bit and understanding that. So we're trying.
Tell me about Rochester.
The one thing I really notice with these kids is they're 3-0. They're just playing with a lot of confidence, and that speaks more to the coaching staff and everything else. These kids are excited about playing. They fire off well. They get out here. Nothing too complex, nothing too fancy. But they're going to come smack you. You got a great player.
So what do you guys got to do right to win?
One of the things we got to do is neutralize that line of scrimmage and really just continue to tackle and come after them all night long.
I appreciate your time. Good luck tonight. Good luck to you the rest of the year.
Hey, thank you very much.
Whitko Wildcat head coach Jeff Springer back with more of the Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance pregame show for this on 92.1 WROI.
Be the host music for our homecoming court.
Captains at the nice gold Z at the 50-yard line.
Yeah, it looks sharp. Rochester's the field looking pretty good for the night.
We got a cloud right now. We got some light wind out of the north. We got a chance of rain on and off throughout the evening tonight. So it'll be interesting to get this game underway. The cramping issue should not come into play tonight.
No, it's felt more like fall ever since this season started, and tonight same way, like you said, temperatures in the 60s and dropping throughout the ball game, and it ought to be perfect football weather.
Yeah, it's 64 degrees right now, so it's just going to get cooler, like you say, throughout the night. So that's going to wrap up the pregame show brought to you this evening by Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance. We'll take a 30-second timeout, come back with a kick after this on 92.1 WROI.
There's no better time than right now to buy or refinance a home, and there's no better place to go for a mortgage loan than First Federal Savings Bank.
Mortgage interest rates are still incredibly low, so now's the perfect time to talk with one of our loan experts.
We offer a variety of mortgage loans, from conventional loans to FHA and USDA subsidized loans.
We don't want to be the biggest bank, just the best bank.
Are you in pain from an injury or arthritis? What if there was a place that could meet all of your orthopedic needs? A place with some of the best orthopedic doctors and staff in the Midwest. A place where you're treated as a person instead of a patient. What if that place weren't in Chicago or Indianapolis? There is such a place. Rochester Orthopedics, your regional orthopedic specialist. When you're looking for comfort and relief, remember, trust the board-certified and fellowship-trained surgeons at Rochester Orthopedics.
Tyler Walker, a junior. Your ends are juniors Jerry Plummer and Wilson Dalton. Your wingbacks, a junior Taylor Johnson and senior Corbin Wood. Your fullback is a sophomore Bryce Abbott, and your quarterback, a junior Brady Perez.
So Whitko to kick. Corbin Wood and Taylor Johnson back deep for the Zebras. Week 4 underway. Low end over end kick. One hop and bounces past Corbin Wood. Picks it up at his 5-yard line. Wood gets a block at the 10, the 15, splits the middle, right up the middle at the 30. Corbin Wood slips out there to the 40, the 45 in midfield, and Whitko's 40, at the 30, at the 20. He's going to go to the house. 95-yard touchdown return. Touchdown, Zebras.
Corbin Wood with a 95-yard touchdown kickoff return. We've been waiting for 2 years for him to get a kickoff return. He had a punt return against Wabash for that only score of that football game, and he starts things off with a bang tonight for the Zebras.
It took all of 14 seconds, and 10 of that was chasing the ball back to the 5.
Yeah, you're right. He initially made contact at about the 20 or the 15 and had to chase it backwards.
So Zane Duff, for the first time this year, on to attempt the extra point with Drew Sailors to hold. Rochester up 6-0, 14 seconds into the game. Snap is back, hold is down. Duff puts his right foot into it and splits the upright. 7-0 Rochester. You're listening to Zebra Football, 92.1 WROI and RTC TV 4.
Oh, here it is. You know what you're looking for underneath your truck? I don't, but I know who does. The professional service staff at Shepherd's knows how to fix my vehicle and get me back on the road fast. Schedule your next service appointment online at shepherdsrochester.com. From simple oil changes to major engine repair, Shepherd's is the only place for me.
Farming is a way of life for many of our Hoosier families. Protect all of your farming assets with coverage from Evans Agency in Rochester. They offer farm liability, farm personal property, and farm outbuilding policies, all customized to fit your coverage needs. Judy Evans and her staff have been serving the insurance needs of this community for over a decade. Let Judy help you protect your farm, your life, your business, and all of your possessions. Evans Agency, online at evansagencyrochester.com.
His 4-yard line. He's got 2 up men at the 10.
We talked about Whitko and their lack of defense so far this season. They're giving up an average of 50 points a football game, and they've given up 7, and we've only played 14 seconds.
So Duff has the green light, and here we go. Rochester in their home blacks, black pants, black jerseys, gold numbers, and black helmets. Duff, nice high end-over-end kick. Gardner. Nope, the up man will take it at the 10 and is knocked down to the 13, tackled by Gardner.
Yeah, both of them fighting over the football and tangled their feet.
So Whitko will start deep in their own territory. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Wildcats at their own 13-yard line. Ball in the near hatch, which is the Rochester sideline. Whitko going to the west, going to our left. Brad Thomas, I'm David Musselman. So on to do the quarterback responsibilities tonight is Cade Bechtold for the Whitko Wildcats, 6'3", senior, I believe. A 6'3", 190-pound junior for the Whitko Wildcats. And the 1,100-yard rusher from last year is in the backfield with him. That's Reed. Also back there is Gardner. Bechtold fakes the handoff, rolls to the right to pass, has some pressure. He tucks and runs, and then slides down at about the 15-yard line. So he's going to pick up 2. It'll be 2nd down and 8 for the Whitko Wildcats.
First 2 weeks, Rochester was pretty stingy, allowing only about a total of 90 yards rushing between Wabash and Osceola Grace, but both of those teams threw for over 100 yards.
Yeah.
Against Peru, it was the opposite, as they had a running back run for 162 on his own.
We didn't have an answer for him.
No, we did not.
Raider last week.
Raider, yeah.
Whitko now in the I-back formation. Bechtold under center, takes a snap, and gives to Gardner, the tailback, over the right side of the line. He gets a couple of yards. It'll bring up 3rd down and about 5 for the Wildcats, just shy of their 20-yard line. In fact, give him the 18.
And I'm guessing we're going to see Reed real shortly.
I would imagine. Yeah, he's, again, Reed, the fullback for the Whitko Wildcats, coming off an 1,100-yard season, just 28 yards last week against Mechanical. So Bechtold brings the club to the line of scrimmage. He'll send 1 wide receiver, 2 receivers to the near side. I-backs offset to the right side for Bechtold. Pitches out here to Gardner. Gardner lowers his head, gets to the 20-yard line. He's going to be stopped short of the 1st down. It's going to be 4th and about 3 for the Wildcats at their own 20.
And Gilbreth on the stop for Rochester.
And I would assume, since Bechtold is coming off the field, the punting unit is coming on. So Whitko will send the punting unit on. Stouter will kick, a 5'9" sophomore for the Wildcats. Johnson and Wood back deep. They stand at midfield. Snap to the punter. Short kick, short knuckleball kick. It's going to bounce at the Whitko 37, bounce across the Whitko 40 to the 42, so that's where Rochester will start this drive at the Whitko 42-yard line. 1st and 10 for Rochester, leading 7-0. With 9:48 to play in the first quarter, and they'll start this drive on the Whitko 42, ball in the near hash, the Rochester sideline. Whitko in their away unis, red pants, white jerseys, red numbers, blue helmets. Rochester breaks the huddle. Wood, the left wing back.
I don't know if I've ever seen blue helmets before.
Taylor Johnson, the right wing back. Bryce Abbott is the fullback. Perez under center, flips out to Taylor. Johnson slips one tackler. Johnson gets across the 40, down to around the 36-yard line. She's going to pick up about 6 yards, and it'll bring up 2nd down and 4 for the Rochester Zebras.
Great block by Brady Perez. After he handed off to Johnson, he picked up the tight end that was coming hard on that side. Johnson was able to cut underneath and get positive yardage.
2nd and 6 for the Z's at the Whitko 36-yard line. Ball now in the far hash. Brady Perez in the huddle. Isaiah Jackson now in the game. He's at the right wing back. Wood and Bryce Abbott still in the football game. Wilson Dalton, the right tight end. Jerry Plummer, the left tight end. Abbott gets the handoff. Hit right at the line of scrimmage, and that's it. It's going to be 3rd and 4 for the Rochester Zebras. 8:56 to play in the first quarter. Rochester leading 7-0. And looking at 3rd down and 4 at the Whitko 36-yard line. Ball in the far hash. Taylor Johnson brings a play in from the sideline. He lines up at the right wing back. Wood and Abbott is in there as well. Dalton and Plummer the tight ends. Brady Perez under center. Brady looking at the defense. Now up under center. Wood in motion to the near side. Takes the pitch. Does Wood. Has some blockers in front. Cuts it back inside. Wood lowers his head at the 30. Gets it to the 28-yard line, but there's a flag in the play. And probably in that vicinity, that's a hold or a block in the back. Yep. It will be a hold on the Rochester Zebras. So it's going to back them up 10 from there, Brad, and it looks like it's going to be about 3rd down and 11.
It would have been a 1st down had there not been the flag. And so the flag coming behind the play.
So it's going to back the Zebras up to the 42-yard line. So it's going to be 3rd and 11 for the Zebras at the Whitko 42. 8:22 to play in the first quarter. Again, Rochester up 7-0.
Well, first 2 weeks we didn't see a lot of passing out of Rochester. Last week against Peru, Perez completed 5 out of 6 passes for 86 yards and a touchdown. So this is a good opportunity to see the ball in the air.
Actually give him a 3rd and 10. 3rd and 10 back at the original line of scrimmage. Back to passes Perez, and we're going to have a false start, I believe, on Wood, I think. I think Wood got a step early jump, and now it's going to be 3rd and 15. And the other thing that we didn't see a whole lot of last week or the last couple of weeks, flags against the Zebras.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, it was always the other team that was making the mistakes tonight. Well, with the exception of week 1 where we had 3 motion penalties to start the game. But tonight it's just been Rochester's, did we say enthusiasm?
Maybe.
Right here.
Yeah. 3rd and 15 now for Rochester. Wood, Johnson, and Abbott in the backfield. 2 tight ends, 1 to each side. Brady Perez under center. At the 47 of Whitko. Back to passes Perez. Here comes some pressure. Rolls away from it, but not all of it. He's going to be sacked. Back at his own 43-yard line. So Whitko definitely wins the war there on that series. Backs Rochester up into their own territory, and they're going to punt from about their 30-yard line.
Well, they attempted the pass on the play before where they had the penalty and the motion penalty. So I don't think there was any secret that they were going to throw the football, and Whitko sent the house.
Yeah, both tackles on each side of the ball were in the backfield.
They rushed everybody on that.
Brady Perez to kick from inside his 30. Here comes a little pressure. Gets it away. Nice kick. Drives the receiver back inside the 20. At the 20. and grabbed at the 25 and brought down by Plummer, and then we're going to have a flag on the end of that. Is that going to be a horse collar? No.
Either a horse collar or a face mask. I don't know. He never really grabbed a hold of him. He just run his hands across him, and I don't know whether they're going to say he got a hold of the face mask. He didn't grab it.
That's surely not going to be a horse collar.
Because that flag came from the official that was 15 yards away.
Yep.
The one that was right there didn't throw anything. Face mask.
Yeah, good call. Okay. Didn't see either, but okay. So they're going to...
well, I think it was just a case of his hand went across the mask. He didn't grab it by any means.
Okay.
He didn't grab anything, quite frankly. He just slid across the front of him.
So the punt return took the ball back to the 24-yard line. And then 15 yards after that is going to be 1st and 10 for the Wildcats at their own 39, ball in the far hash. 7-0 Rochester, 7:16 to play in the first quarter. I-back formation of Gardner and Reed behind Bechtold. On 1st and 10 from their own 39. Bechtold takes a snap, hands off to Reed right up the middle. Reed hits a wall at the 40. Actually, it was on the option play. I beg your pardon, on the option play.
Second back through.
Yep. Gardner takes it across his 45 down to around his 48. So he's going to pick up about 9 yards on the play. It'll be 2nd down and 1 for the Wildcats. Speaking of not being very sharp, right here, ding, ding, ding. 6:54 to play in the first quarter. Rochester up 7-0. Wildcats quickly on the ball. Gardner dots the I. Got a wingman to the right side for the Wildcats. Bechtold under center on 2nd and 1. On the keeper, around the right side. Hit by Isaiah Jackson and brought down, but not until Bechtold takes it across midfield down to the Rochester 48 and enough for a Wildcat first down. Faked a handoff to Reed. Faked a handoff to Gardner. He kept it then around the right side to the quarterback Bechtold and picked up enough for a first down.
First down, yeah. The worst thing for Rochester's defense right now is if they allow Whitko to sustain a drive. Yeah. It brings life onto their side of the field.
Split backs now for Bechtold. Fakes a handoff. He's going to pass. Looks to the near side. Hit is blocked. Knocked down by Sutton. Walker also there, and I believe Dalton were in the face of Bechtold, who has a Phillip Rivers type of delivery down around his shoulder pad instead of up over his helmet, and that's an easy swat.
6'3" Sutton come through there and got a little air under his shoes and knocked that back to the ground.
2nd down and 10 for the Wildcats at the Rochester 49-yard line. Split backs for Bechtold. 2nd and 10. Bechtold is hit as he hands off to Reed. Just does get it off, and Reed takes it to the Rochester 45. Sutton is, well, I believe was hanging, or make that Walker was hanging all over Bechtold as he handed it off.
Picked up to an early score from down at Caston. Pioneer 14, Caston 0.
Culver leads West Central early on 7-0. 3rd and 7 for the Whitko Wildcats at the Rochester 46-yard line. A receiver to the near side. Booz is the flanker to the left. Split backs for Bechtold. Bechtold flips it out here to Gardner. Gardner slips a tackle in the backfield, but he's not going to escape all of them. Right there is Wilton Dalton to bring him down for a loss, and it's going to be 4th down at about 9 after a 2-yard loss. Again, Bechtold was hit as he's pitching it.
Rochester's defensive line getting a good push in the middle of that field.
So it looks like Coach Sprunger is going to play the field position game and try to pin Rochester a little deep. Wood and Johnson back deep to receive the punt.
Johnson's had some good returns this year.
You're right.
As well.
And we're going to have a flag on the play. Will that be a false start? 5:11 to play in the first quarter. Rochester up 7-0. And the Whitko Wildcats, false start against them is going to back them up. It'll be 4th down and 14 now. And now the line of scrimmage will be back at their own 47-yard line.
Oconomowoc 7-0 over Wabash. Northfield 6-0 over Valley. Southwood 7-0 over North Miami.
Snap goes to the punter. Just does get over Walker's hands. Short. It's a short kick again. It takes another Whitko bounce, and it will inside the Rochester 35 to the 34.
Rochester players falling down trying to run away from it.
Jeez, did you get all those?
Yes, I did.
Go ahead.
Some early scores. Southwood leads North Miami 7-0. Northfield leading Tippecanoe Valley 6-0. Mechanical leading Wabash 7-0.
Thank you, Val.
Yep.
So Rochester will get the ball for the third time tonight, leading 7-0. 4:57 to play in the first quarter. Johnson, Abbott, and Wood in the backfield. Brady Perez under center on 1st and 10. Brady with the hard count gets Whitko to jump. We'll take a free 5.
Yeah, they'll try to talk it over.
Offsides on the Whitko Wildcats. So it'll be 1st and 5 now for the Zebras at their 39-yard line. Ball the near hash. Rochester going to our right. Again, 4:57 to play in the first quarter. Taylor Johnson, the right wing back. Corbin Wood, the left wing back. Bryce Abbott about a yard behind the quarterback, Brady Perez. On 1st and 5, Perez gives to Abbott, lowers his head. Abbott crosses the 40, down to around the 40, or I should say up to around the 42. He's going to pick up 4. It'll be 2nd down and 1 for the Z's. Homecoming 2017. Scott Stahlbaum is our guest at halftime, cross-country coach here at Rochester.
Yeah.
Looking forward to that.
They probably got a big meet coming up tomorrow, don't they?
Yep.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know.
Where, Val?
I guess we'll.
Oh,
yeah,
the Valley Invitational.
Invite, yeah.
Girls won the Manchester invite last week. That's a big deal. 2nd and a long one for the Zebras. Perez sends Jackson in motion. He gets a snap going right, comes back to the left. He gets across the 45 to the 46, and enough for a Zebra first down.
Followed his quarterback.
The lead blocker.
Yeah, he was.
1st and 10 for the Z's at their own 46-yard line. Clock rolls with 4:15 to play in the first quarter, up 7-0. Johnson brings a play in from the sideline from Coach Hooker. He'll line up on the right side. Again, Corbin Wood on the left side. Bryce Abbott, your fullback. Wilson Dalton, the right tight end. Jerry Plummer, the left tight end. Perez under center on 1st and 10. Sends Wood in motion to the near side. He gets the pitch. Cuts it up the middle. Corbin Wood bounces it to the outside. He's gone. Corbin Wood at the 30. At the 20. At the 10. Touchdown, Zebras.
Corbin Wood with his 2nd touchdown of tonight, the ball game tonight. A 46-yard run. 54-yard run. He was on the other 46. Gives the Zebras a 13-point lead.
Corbin Wood, a 54-yard touchdown run with 3:41 to play in the first quarter. Put the Zebras up 13-0, and Zane Duff coming on to attempt the extra point. Again, Drew Sailors is your holder. Snap is back, hold is down, kick is away, and it is good. 14-0 Rochester. You're listening to Zebra Football, 92.1 WROI and RTC TV4.
Every touchdown from every game, every Sunday afternoon.
Don't miss a touchdown with Red Zone from NFL Network and RTC Fiber Communications. Call today to get yourself set up for all the action. Protect yourself from personal attack on campus, in the home, at the mall, or wherever you are. Blue Dragon Taekwondo in Rochester is offering a self-defense boot camp so that you have the basic skills to protect yourself in an attack. Blue Dragon is the area's leading martial arts facility. Master instructor
Rochester, 3 plays, 66 yards total on the drive. Corbin Wood has touched the ball twice tonight.
Dial and Young, the 2-up man, but back deep is Gardner. Zane Duff, short end over end kick. One of the up men take it to the 15. At the 20 to 25. Lowers his head at the 26 and falls ahead to around the 29-yard line. So that's where Whitko will start this drive with their own 29. Rochester up 14-0. Brad Thomas, I'm David Musselman. Really a pretty nice night here for September, and you know as well as I do. Perfect. It could have been as easily, it could have been 90 tonight.
Well, you know, Facebook always gives you those memories from years past that you have the option of sharing. Mine have been filled this week with pictures of us in shorts and T-shirts and, you know, doing things outside in the sunshine, and it's been rainy and cloudy and cold.
Chilly, yeah. First and 10 for the Wildcats on their own 29. Bechtold under center. Gives to the first man through, and Reed, he's stacked up at the line of scrimmage, falls ahead to the 31. Give him 2, it'll be 2nd and 8.
Sutton and Dalton on the stop for Zebras.
3:27 to play in the first quarter. Again, Rochester leading 14-0. Ball spotted on the near hash at the 31, at the Whitko 31. They're going to our left. Isaiah Pierce, the lone wideout, comes to the near side, which is the short side of the field. Booz is the flanker to the left, split backs for Bechtold. Bechtold on the handoff, gives to Reed. He's stacked up at the 30 and pushed backwards. He's going to lose a yard. It'll be 3rd and 9.
Graham was the first one there for Rochester, and then he got a help from about 8 others.
3rd down and 9 for the Whitko Wildcats at their own 30-yard line. Clock rolls with 2:35 to play in the first quarter. Logan Booz brings the play in for Whitko from the sideline.
Northfield 12-0 over Valley.
They break the huddle to the Wildcats with 12 on the play clock. Logan Booz wide to the right side. I-backs for Bechtold on 3rd and 9. Bechtold fakes the handoff. Now will throw. Steps up. Hit in the face as he throws, and he's got it out complete to his own 41-yard line. Is this completed to Gardner for a pickup of 11 yards? Nope, of a pickup of 11 yards. 1st and 10 at the 40. 41.
Gardner did a really good, or Bechtold did a really good job of selling the fake, because I think Rochester all thought that Gardner had the football, but then when he showed he didn't have, nobody knew where the ball was until he threw it.
Bechtold was hit right in the mouth, too, as he delivered that thing. 1st and 10 for the Wildcats at their own 41. Gardner dots the I for Bechtold. Here's a snap on the option. Gives to Reed, the first man through. He carries the ball out to his 43-yard line. Give him 2 yards. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Sutton on the stop for Rochester.
Pioneer 22-0 over Caston.
Jeez.
Yeah.
7-6 over Manchester. Northfield 12.
2nd down and 8 for the Wildcats at their own 43. Clock rolls with 1:20 to play in the first quarter. One wide out to the near side, short side of the field. I-backs for Bechtold on the option. Gardner is the second man through, and he might have gotten a yard. It'll be 3rd and 7.
Jackson on the stop for Rochester.
Don't be surprised here the next time they run that thing.
Yeah, that Bechtold doesn't keep it.
I believe we have some blood on the field as Zach Graham's going to have to come off. And so that's going to bring on Bryce Abbott as a defensive tackle. So 3rd and 7 for the Wildcats. Under a minute to play in the first quarter. 14-0 Zebras. Here's a pitch out to Gardner. Gardner hit by Jackson and dropped for a loss at back at the 40.
Nice job by Jackson. He read that perfectly.
So Gardner's going to lose 4 yards.
Jackson will have to come off the field. He lost his helmet on the play.
It'll be fourth down and 11 as the ball's back at the 40-yard line with 30 seconds to play in the first quarter. Again, Rochester up 14-0. Back deep is Johnson and Wood to receive the punt. Another short punt, a backward spin. It takes another Whitko bounce. Wood picks it up on the run. Corbin Wood bounces to the outside, takes it across the 45, down around the 48. Yikes.
Yeah.
12.8 to play in the first quarter.
Even when they do a good job covering him, he looks dangerous.
Yeah. Rochester will start this drive, their 4th series of the first quarter, at their own 48-yard line, ball in the near hash. This probably will be the last play of the first quarter unless we're going to have a defensive penalty or a pass and a completion. So now basically Rochester's got trips.
Wow.
To the left side.
Tight trips.
And Brady Perez jumps, hard snap again, makes the Whitko jump again. It'll be a free 5. It'll be 1st and 5. And you say whiteouts, but still they're only about a yard away from the end.
Corbin Wood had a 54-yard touchdown run the last series for Rochester. They've got a total of 57 rushing yards. That, along with a 95-yard kick return, is
that helps.
Where the 14 points come from.
Plummer now standing up out there with Wood and Johnson. Brady Perez gets Whitko to jump again.
Just gave us a first down.
1st and 10 for the Zebras. And Rochester, and the clock has not stopped here. The 12 seconds to play in the first quarter. Or started, rather. Now the ball is spotted at the Whitko 42.
Rochester with a first down and haven't even snapped the football yet.
So Brady Perez brings the club to the line of scrimmage with 15 on the play clock.
Expect a long count.
I would say so.
Or a quick one, I'm not sure.
Johnson, Plummer, and Wood stands up on the left side of the line. On 1st and 10, Brady Perez pitches out to Abbott. Bryce running away from some defense. Gets it across the 40, inside the Whitko 40 to about the 39, and that'll do it for the first quarter. After one, Rochester leading here on homecoming, here at Barnhart, 14-0. You're listening to Zebra Football, 92.1 WROI.
RTC Fiber Communications is now serving the community of Argus. Now you can enjoy the incredibly fast speed and reliability of fiber internet. Stream movies, surf the web, or watch your favorite local videos on RTC4.com. All from RTC Fiber Communications, now serving Argus. Give RTC a call today or check us out online at www.rtc1.com.
Are the other guys offering you less than you expect for your trade-in? At Shepherd Chevrolet Buick in Rochester, they trade your way, offering you top dollar for your trade-in vehicle. Hi, I'm Chris Smith, PGA Tour player and Rochester native. Shepherd's prides themselves on giving you the highest amount possible for your trade. If someone is giving you less than you expect, come out to Shepherd's and give them the opportunity to find a deal that works for you. Shepherd's Chevrolet Buick in Rochester, where they trade your way.
This broadcast brought to you in part by these local sponsors. The lawyers and staff of Peterson, Wagoner & Perkins LLP are here to provide the highest quality legal and professional service to their clients presently and for the future. See a full list of services online at peterson-wagoner.com. Evans Agency in Rochester, offering farm liability, personal property, and outbuilding policies, all customized to fit your insurance needs. Let Judy help you protect all of your possessions. Online at evansagencyrochester.com. Stay connected with the fastest internet speeds available.
2nd and 6, Sailors under center. Riston goes in motion to the right side, fakes the pitch to him, underneath to Johnson. Taylor Johnson bouncing off of his own guys, carries it across the 35, down to around the 31, and that's going to be close to a Zebra first down. Yep, give him 7. It'll be enough for a Zebra first down.
Nice job by Taylor Johnson as he just about broke that. If he could have, he got tangled up behind one of his own blockers. If he could have broke free and back to the right, he had open grass.
Matt Lease comes into the football game. He'll be the fullback, spelling Bryce Abbott for a bit. So it'll be Riston, Johnson, and Matt Lease in the backfield. Jerry Plummer, your left tight end. Wilson Dalton, the right tight end. Drew Sailors is under center. Johnson comes in motion to the near side. Gives to Matt Lease. Follows a convoy in front. Matt Lease bouncing off of tacklers. Gets inside the 25, near the 22-yard line. Give him the 23. Pick up a few yards.
8 yards for
8
Lease.
Back, yep. 2nd down and 2.
And the thing about Lease and Johnson and Sailors being in the game, they're considerably smaller than the players that they've replaced. A little bit of adjustment for the Whitko defense trying to pick out just who's got the football.
Yeah, I agree. Bryce Abbott back into the game. Lease is out. 2nd down and a long 2 for the Zebras at the 23-yard line of the Whitko Wildcats. Taylor Johnson goes wide to the right side. Riston will go wide to the left side. The lone back is Abbott. Back to pass the Sailors. Works to the right. Here comes some pressure. Ron trying to run away from the pressure. Slips one tackler, but not all of them. He's going to be sacked back at the 35-yard line. We got to get rid of that.
Yeah, Lease waited, or Sailors waited too long. He held the ball too long. He should have, after he dove away from the first attempted tackle and saw the other two in his face, should have just chucked it out the sidelines.
Back at the 34-yard line. He's going to lose 10 yards. It'll bring up third down and about 13 for the Rochester Zebras. And Johnson comes out and Jackson is in. 10:15 to play. In the first half, Rochester leading 14-0. And Rochester looking at third down and about 13. Back at the Whitko 34-yard line. Riston, Jackson, and Abbott in the backfield. Jackson comes in motion to the near side. He gets the pitch. He's got some blockers. Jackson cuts it out to the outside. Lowers his head, still on his feet, carries it in inside the 30 to the 29. So he's going to get 5, and it's going to bring up fourth down and about 8.
And
Northfield after 1-12-0. You got that?
Yeah.
Leads Tippecanoe Valley.
Yep.
Rochester will go for it. Fourth down and an 8 for the Rochester Zebras at the Whitko 29. 18 on the play clock, plenty of time. 9.5 to play in the first half. Riston, Johnson, and Abbott in the backfield. 2 tight ends for Drew Sailors. Riston goes in motion to the near side. He gets the pitch to Riston, hands it off to Jackson, makes that to Johnson. He gets a great pick from Sutton, but he can't outrun the rest of the defense, Ken Johnson. He just does get back to the line of scrimmage. So it's going to be first down for the Whitko Wildcats as Rochester turns it over on down. In fact, he's going to lose a yard as Johnson is going to be first and 10 for Whitko at their own 30.
Well,
wow.
Sutton made a heck of a block on that corner. Unfortunately, there was about 5 guys out there that he needed to pick up.
Yeah.
And, you can only do so much.
I'm not sure who he laid out, but
he's over on the sidelines rubbing his shoulder right now, I think. He's going to remember getting hit for a while.
First and 10 for the Wildcats. Ball in the near hash, coming to the near side. A wide out for the Wildcats. Bechtold under center. Gives to, fakes to Reed, and then gives to Gardner. Gardner gets nothing. It'll be second and long, about second and 10 for the Wildcats.
Rochester defense doing front 3-4 guys doing a pretty good job of maintaining their lanes and filling up that the holes there for the Whitko Wildcats running game is a lot of fakes to the first and hand to the back, second back through, or fake to both of them and keep it. And they've done a good job of picking out where the ball's at.
Actually, they're going to say second down and 11 as ball now at the Whitko 29-yard line. Booz, the flanker to the near side. I-backs for Bechtold. Now ducks under center on second and 11. Bechtold fakes a handoff on the keeper around the left side. He's going to keep it, tucks it up, takes it up to the left sideline, and is brought down across the 30, near the 33. Pickup of about 4. It'll bring up third down and about 7. Third down and 7 for the Rochester for the Whitko Wildcats at their own 33-yard line.
Whitko's got a total of 24 yards rushing in this first half so far.
Rochester doing a pretty good job stopping that little, I think, midline option type of thing.
Yep.
Third and 7. Whitko breaks they were running out of time as they were down to 7 on the play clock. They're going to use a timeout. We'll use a 30. You're listening to Zebra Football, 92.1 WROI and RTC TV4.
There's no better time than right now to buy or refinance a home, and there's no better place to go for a mortgage loan than First Federal Savings Bank.
Mortgage interest rates are still incredibly low, so now's the perfect time to talk with one of our loan experts.
We offer a variety of mortgage loans, from conventional loans to FHA and USDA subsidized loans.
We don't want to be the biggest bank, just the best bank.
Are you in pain from an injury or arthritis? What if there was a place that could meet all of your orthopedic needs? A place with some of the best orthopedic doctors and staff in the Midwest. A place where you're treated as a person instead of a patient. What if that place weren't in Chicago or Indianapolis? There is such a place. Rochester Orthopedics, your regional orthopedic specialist. When you're looking for comfort and relief, remember, trust the board-certified and fellowship-trained surgeons at Rochester Orthopedics.
Pioneer over Caston 29-0.
Third and 7 for Bechtold and the Wildcats. I-backs behind him. Fakes a handoff. Back to passes Bechtold. He throws. Intended receiver is Booz. Incomplete. Third and 7. I make that fourth and 7.
Walker and Jackson putting on the pressure.
4th and 7 for the Wildcats with their own 33, and on comes the punt unit again. Johnson and Wood back deep. Stouter to kick for the Wildcats. Stands at his own 24.
4th possession and the 4th punt.
Look out! The ball is caught by the punter, but the pressure by Brady Perez makes the punter tuck, and Stouter then is sacked inside his 25-yard line.
Dalton and Jackson on the tackle for the Zebras.
Brady Perez was the cause of that whole thing. He saw Brady Perez and number 11 coming. Just as he's getting ready to throw the ball out to his foot to kick it, he decided not to. He tucked it, tried to run away from the defense, but Rochester swarmed and stopped him and blocked the punt.
Another big special teams play for Rochester.
So 1st and 10 for the Z's.
Rochester's special teams have been almost as productive as their offense or their defense.
At their own 25-yard line, Brady Perez back in there, as are Johnson, Abbott, and Wood. Corbin Wood goes in motion right. He gets a pitch going right. Slips a tackler. Cuts it back inside. Corbin Wood still on his feet, still fighting for yardage. And takes it inside the 20-yard line. And we'll see exactly where they spot that 18-ish, maybe. So give him 7. It'll be 2nd and 3. 7:15 to play in the first half. Rochester up 14-0. Knocking on the door again. Isaiah Jackson brings a play in from the sideline. 2nd and 3 for Rochester, the Whitko 18. Ball in the far hash. Jackson, the right wing back. Wood, the left wing back. Bryce Abbott, your fullback. Brady Perez under center. Wood goes in motion right. Fake the pitch to him. Gives to Abbott underneath. Bryce Abbott pushing the pile ahead and is real close to the line to gain. And it will be enough. Giving 4 will be enough for a Zebra first down. Ball at about the 13-yard line?
Yep.
14, somewhere in that vicinity. 1st and 10 for Rochester. Ball spotted at the Whitko 14-yard line. 6.5 minutes to play in the first half. Rochester again up 14-0. Johnson back in there. He's at the right wing back. Dalton, the right tight end. Plummer, the left tight end. Brady Perez under center. Fakes the pitch to Corbin Wood, but hands off then to Corbin Wood, who tries the right side. A couple of yards, not a lot there. It'll be 2nd and long for the Z's.
I never even saw the handoff there. That was weird.
At one point, I thought maybe Brady Perez faked the pitch and I followed him.
I thought so too.
5:50 to play in the first half. 2nd down and a long 9 for the Rochester Zebras. Ball spotted at the Whitko 13-yard line. Jackson, Wood, and Abbott. Now look at Abbott. Abbott's about 5 yards behind Brady Perez this time instead of a yard. He gets the pitch going left. He's got some blockers. Outruns the defense. Looking for the pylon. Looking for the left corner. Touchdown, Zebras! Bryce Abbott, 13-yard run around the left side, puts the Zebras up 20-0.
And that was just pitch it to Abbott and let him outrun everybody to the corner, and that's exactly what he did. The 229-pound sophomore fullback.
Yep. With 5.5 minutes to play in the second quarter, Rochester now up 20-0. And Duff on to attempt the extra point. Scott Stahlbaum coming up at halftime after the week that was. Talking about cross country. Snap is back, hold is down, kick is away. And it is good. 21-0 Rochester. You're listening to Zebra Football, 92.1 WROI and RTC TV 4.
Oh, here it is. You know what you're looking for underneath your truck? I don't, but I know who does. The professional service staff at Shepherd's knows how to fix my vehicle and get me back on the road fast. Schedule your next service appointment online at shepherdsrochester.com. From simple oil changes to major engine repair, Shepherd's is the only place for me.
Farming is a way of life for many of our Hoosier families. Protect all of your farming assets with coverage from Evans Agency in Rochester. They offer farm liability, farm personal property, and farm outbuilding policies, all customized to fit your coverage needs. Judy Evans and her staff have been serving the insurance needs of this community for over a decade. Let Judy help you protect your farm, your life, your business, and all of your possessions. Evans Agency. Online at evansagencyrochester.com.
Lined up to kick it away.
Zane Duff has the green light, sends it deep towards the sideline. Whitko grabs it at about the 8-yard line. Now at the 15, tries the middle, now brings it back outside. Drew Sailor says, nope, I'll stop you at the 20.
So Whitko with their 5th possession of the ball game so far. They've punted on their first 4 possessions. They've got a total of 24 rushing yards in this football game.
24?
Yeah.
So 1st and 10 for the Wildcats. At their own 21. Ball in the near hash, which is the Rochester sideline, going to our right. Week that was coming up here in about 5 minutes.
Volleyball team keeps right on rolling along, don't they?
Big
Wow.
win last night.
Yeah.
3 sets at Southwood.
Yep. That's usually a pretty hard.
Every year. Absolutely.
Hard game.
Bechtold ready. I-backs behind him. One lone receiver to the left side, which is the wide side of the field. Clay Bechtold under center. Takes a snap, fakes to the fullback read, flips it out to Gardner. Gardner cuts it back inside. Not a lot there. Not a lot there at all. No.
I don't think he's going to get anything. Nothing.
2nd down and 10. Nice pursuit by the Rochester Zebras.
They strung it out well. He never did find a corner to turn.
2nd down and 10. 5 minutes to play in the first half. Rochester up 21-0. Whitko has 2 timeouts. Rochester has all 3. And they're taking a lot of time here, down to 20 on the play clock, and the play just does come in from the sideline.
3 games into this season, Rochester's only given up 27 points so far all year long. 20 of those were last week.
Yeah, right. That's right. Down to 3 on the play clock. Bechtold under center with 2, with 1, and just does get it off. Back to pass is Bechtold. Here comes the pressure. He steps up and right into the sack. Wilson Dalton drops Bechtold back at the 16-yard line. He's going to lose 5 yards. It'll be 3rd and 15 now for Whitko back at their 16.
Nice job by Wilson Dalton coming from his defensive end position. Coming from the blind side on Bechtold, but Bechtold saw him right at the last minute and was able to tuck the ball away.
Unfortunately.
Yeah.
So 3rd down and 15 after a big sack by Dalton. Pushes the Wildcats back to their 16-yard line. They broke the huddle with 8 on the play clock. They're going to have to hurry. Down to 5. They just do come set with 4, with 3, with 2, and now Whitko will have to use a timeout. 3:50 to play in the first half. Rochester up 21-0. We'll take a 60-second timeout. You're listening to Zebra Football, 92.1 WROI and RTC TV4.
Every touchdown from every game, every Sunday afternoon.
Don't miss a touchdown with Red Zone from NFL Network and RTC Fiber Communications. Call today to get yourself set up for all the action. Protect yourself from personal attack on campus, in the home, at the mall, or wherever you are. Blue Dragon Taekwondo in Rochester is offering a self-defense boot camp so that you have the basic skills to protect yourself in an attack. Blue Dragon is the area's leading martial arts facility. Master instructor Dave Colger and his team welcome new participants and those seeking to learn basic self-defense techniques. Contact Blue Dragon Taekwondo today to learn more about this exciting self-defense boot camp.
As we were coming back from break, Whitko threw it out to Gardner. Gardner made it a completion and had 9 yards on the gain. But it'll bring up 4th down at about 6. And the punting unit coming on again. And Rochester unless it takes a great bounce for Whitko, is going to take over in very good field position here with 3:45 to play in the first half. It's a short kick, bounces at the Whitko 35-yard line and ahead to the 41. So Rochester will start this drive at the Whitko 41-yard line, leading 21-0.
16-yard punt.
16-yard punt. Wow. Thank you, Val. Ian Miller in the game as well. 256-pound, 6-foot senior for the Rochester Zebras. Brady Perez comes back on. Wood and Johnson in the backfield as well, along with Abbott. 1st and 10 for the Z's at the Whitko 41. Ball in the middle of the field. Now Wood goes split left, short side of the field. Perez under center. Brady takes a snap, back to pass, looks left, throws left. On the slant, overthrows Corbin Wood.
Wood was one-on-one with the corner, but the safety made a great job of coming over and breaking up that pass.
A little too high for Corbin to rise up and get, and I've seen that boy jump. He can jump. Just a little too tall.
He had a big touchdown catch last week against Peru where he jumped up between 2 defenders and came down with it.
Yeah,
kind of fell backwards into the end zone.
2nd and 10 for the Z's. Jackson now back in there. He's at the right wing back. Brady Perez under center from the 41 of Whitko. Jackson comes in motion to the near side. Back to pass. Brady Perez, here comes some pressure. And on the screen, throws it away. There wasn't a receiver in sight either. So I was going to say, there's the flag.
Yeah, when your defense or when your offensive tackle picks the football up because he's the closest one to it.
So that's going to be an intentional grounding whistled against Brady Perez, which will push the Zebras back to their own 49. So he's going to lose 10. It'll bring up 3rd down and about 20. 3:37 to play. In the first half, again, Rochester up 21-0.
Oh, still backing up.
What are we doing? Is it where he, so is intentional grounding where he was hit, then 5 more yards?
Apparently.
So it'll be 3rd and 25 for the Rochester Zebras. They're back now at their own 44-yard line.
Well, Perez just not.
Do we have a 44-yard play?
I don't know.
I guess if you give it to 20.
Give it to Corbin Wood,
Yep.
yeah. Perez has not had a lot of time to throw the football.
No, that's one thing Whitko has done well tonight.
Yep.
They're getting a lot of pressure up front.
Rochester's done really well blocking on the run, but not on the pass.
Johnson and Wood back to the near side to wide out. And Brady Perez gets Whitko to jump again.
Hit 5 yards back.
So it'll be 3rd and 20 now. We saw this a couple of minutes ago. In fact, as the first quarter was ending. The week that was coming up at halftime. Scott Stahlbaum to join us as well at the break.
Valley scores a touchdown. Northfield returns the ensuing kickoff for a touchdown.
Valley gets on the board, however. Northfield answers on the ensuing kickoff. Twins to the near side. Johnson and Wood. Brady Perez under center with 8 on the play clock. On 3rd and 20, Brady Perez back to pass. Has some pressure. Lost it down the near sideline into double pressure. Corbin Wood grabs his way off to the races. Touchdown Zebras. Holy moly. Somebody send that to ESPN. He kicked that around with one hand and in stride. Grabbed it at the 15-yard line and took it to the house. Touchdown Zebras.
Corbin Wood, another fantastic athletic move. He outran the defender, reached out with one hand and flipped the football up in the air and then proceeded to bobble it down the field for another 5 yards while he ran underneath of it and took it all the way to the end zone.
A 51-yard touchdown pass to Corbin Wood as he tipped it around to himself 2 or 3 times to grab possession of it and put the Zebras on the board again, and Zane Duck to attempt the extra point. Snap is back, hold is down, kick is away, and it is good. 28-0 Zebras. You're listening to Rochester Football, 92.1 WROI.
RTC Fiber Communications is now serving the community of Argus. Now you can enjoy the incredibly fast speed and reliability of fiber internet. Stream movies, surf the web, or watch your favorite local videos on RTC4.com. All from RTC Fiber Communications, now serving Argus. Give RTC a call today or check us out online at www.rtc1.com.
Are the other guys offering you less than you expect for your trade-in? At Shepherd Chevrolet Buick in Rochester, they trade your way, offering you top dollar for your trade-in vehicle. Hi, I'm Chris Smith, PGA Tour player and Rochester native. Shepherds prides themselves on giving you the highest amount possible for your trade. If someone is giving you less than you expect, come out to Shepherds and give them the opportunity to find a deal that works for you. Shepherds Chevrolet Buick in Rochester, where they trade your way.
Sued.
You know, my good friend Jeremy Swango just reminded me that Rochester did have a play that went 41 yards.
Yeah.
On the kickoff return, Whitko retrieves it out to the across the 20-yard line, their own 20, maybe to the 22. Rochester's pursuit team has been really good.
Yeah, the special teams for Rochester has been really, really well all year long. Corbin Wood has touchdowns of 54 yards, 95 yards, and 51 yards tonight.
1st and 10 for the Wildcats at their own 23-yard line. Ball in the near hash going to our right. 3:23 to play in the first half. First and 10 for the Whitko Wildcats. Backs for Bechtold. Bechtold just gave a little Rochester medicine back to him as they made them jump. Anything you can do, I can do better. So, free 5 yards for the Wildcats after Rochester jumps. It'll be 1st and 5.
Whitko has a total of 39 yards on the game tonight.
That's the 3rd or 4th penalty against the Rochester Zebras. 4th, I believe.
Yeah.
One wide out to the far side for Whitko. Flanker to the near side is Booz. Backs. On the second man through is Gardner. Nope, I beg your pardon. Gardner didn't get that.
The first
Reed got it.
First back through.
And Reed carries it for a couple of yards. It'll be 2nd down and about 2 for the Wildcats across their 30 to about the 31-yard line. 3 minutes to play in the first half. Rochester up 28-0. Clock rolls here at Rochester. Homecoming festivities coming up next. 2 flankers in the game for Whitko. The lone back is Reed in the backfield. Back to passes. Bechtold from the sling to sidearm out to the Whitko sideline. Falls incomplete. It'll be 3rd and 2.
That's a really tough pass to make when your receiver's running away from you towards the sideline and you are throwing across your body sidearmed.
3rd and 2 for the Wildcats. Clock is stopped with 2:39 to play in the first half. Bechtold brings the club to the line of scrimmage. Reed and Gardner in the backfield. Back formation. Flanker to the right side is Booz. Bechtold under center. Takes a snap. Gives to Reed. He's stacked up the line of scrimmage. And maybe a yard. Maybe. It's going to be 4th down and about a yard for the for the Whitko Wildcats. And they're going to say nothing. It'll be 4th and 2.
The great big Brandon Sutton right there in the middle of the field.
Nothing on the play. It'll be 4th and 2. And Whitko will go for it. Clock rolls with 2:15 to play in the first half. Whitko will go for it at their own 31-yard line, needing 2 yards. Backs. Watch the, hard count. Bechtold takes a snap. On the option, gives to Gardner, and Gardner's got a first down as he takes it out across the 40-yard line to the 42. Give him about 11 yards on that play. It'll be 1st and 10 for Whitko at their own 42. Rochester's,
everybody got bottled up on that first back through, which was Reed, and Bechtold did a great job of pulling it back out, reading that, and getting it to Gardner. And Gardner, good job, 2 hands on the ball and his head down. He just kept running until somebody stopped him.
1st and 10 for the Wildcats at their own 42. Bechtold under center. Back to pass, fakes the handoff, rolls on the near side. He's got some time, and he throws the football, and Rochester falls on it. Wilson Dalton.
He ran right through the back that was trying to block him from that defensive end. He ran right through him and then tackled Bechtold from behind, not slapping the football free. So Rochester.
And Brendan Sutton there to pick it up.
Yep, Rochester getting their first turnover of the football game today.
Drew Sailors will come on for the final 90 seconds. Here in the first half, it'll be 1st and 10 for Rochester, the Whitko 35-yard line. Johnson, Wood, and Abbott in the backfield. Drew Saylor's under center with 18 on the play clock. Johnson comes in motion to the near side. Fakes a pitch to him, gives to Abbott, and he's going to be stacked up behind the line of scrimmage. Maybe gets back on the flip. It'll be 2nd down and 10. As Whitko's tackles are doing a great job up front. They're getting in Rochester's backfield a lot.
They're neutralizing that push on the offensive line.
2nd and long for the Rochester Zebras. 1:10 to play in the first half.
They're also taking quite a beating. It makes you wonder how much gas they're going to have in the tank come fourth quarter.
Lease now in the football game. So it's Jackson, Lease, and Wood right to left. Drew Saylor's under center with 55 seconds to play in the first half. Wood goes in motion to the right, gets the pitch, then drops it on the bounce, picks it up, pops it to the outside. Corbin Wood down the right sideline, and then is tripped up at about the 20-yard line. He's going to have a first down. Giving 15 yards on the play. What are we doing? That thing bounced out of his hands, bounced right back up to him as he's in stride, and he takes it around the right side for 15 yards.
It's a good thing because he had a defensive end staring him right in the face. He was able to step inside of that pressure, and like you said, then bounce outside for 15.
1st and 10 for the Z's at the Whitko 20-yard line.
5 carries for 85 yards is Corbin Wood.
30 seconds to play in the first half. Drew Saylor's under center. Wood in motion to the right. Gets it again. Cuts it up the middle. Backs his way to the inside the 20. And stacked up shy of the 15. And that'll probably do it for the first half. At halftime, Rochester leads 28-0. You're listening to Zebra Football, 92.1 WROI and RTC TV4.
This broadcast brought to you in part by these local sponsors. The lawyers and staff of Peterson, Wagoner & Perkins LLP are here to provide the highest quality legal and professional service to their clients presently and for the future. See a full list of services online at peterson-wagoner.com. Evans Agency in Rochester, offering farm liability, personal property, and outbuilding policies, all customized to fit your insurance needs. Let Judy help you protect all of your possessions. Online at evansagencyrochester.com. Stay connected with the fastest internet speeds available with RTC Fiber Communications. Voice data and video connectivity for the 21st century. Online at rtc1.com. First Federal Savings Bank is your local mortgage lender with 6 locations throughout North Central Indiana. Trust the professionals at First Federal Savings Bank. Online at firstfederalbanking.com.
Homecoming Week 2017 has been a great one, complete with dress-up days, a well-attended bonfire, our annual Friday afternoon games and picnic and parade, along with tonight's festivities. Zebra Nation has made some great memories. We now would like to present this year's homecoming court. Each class voted for one lady and one gentleman to represent them this evening. Representing the freshman class this evening is Lexi Kelly and Quinn Stasiak. Lexi Kelly is the daughter of Mandy and Jim Kelly. She is an active member of the cross-country team, a track team, and a cheerleader. In the future, she plans to attend college and pursue a degree in nursing. Quinn Stasiak is the son of Stacy and Tony Stasiak. He is a member of the tennis team and plans to participate in both basketball and baseball this year. His future plans include attending Purdue University and majoring in mechanical engineering. Our freshman representatives, Lexi Kelly and Quinn Stasiak. Representing the sophomore class this evening are Christina Town and Dean Prater. Christina is the daughter of Mary Kay in downtown. She's a member of the volleyball team. She also plays beach volleyball. She's also a member of Key Club. After high school, Christina plans to follow in her sister's footsteps and play beach volleyball in college. Hayden Prater is the son of Holly and Bob Prater. He is involved in wrestling, FCA, and the Spanish Club. After high school, Hayden hopes to wrestle in college and study sports business and management. Our sophomore representatives, Christina Town and Hayden Prater. Representing the junior class this evening is Grace Diggy and Brady Perez. Grace is the daughter of Janet and Dave Diggy. She is active in student council, Zebra New Tech Ambassadors, and the Spanish Club. She also plays tennis in the spring and manages the boys' tennis team in the fall. During the summer, she works at Sally's by the Shore and helps out with Camp Weekend. In her free time, Grace likes to spend time with her family and friends. Her future plans are to attend Indiana University and obtain a degree in cardiology. Brady Perez is the son of Nicole and Dan Perez. He is a member of the football, basketball, and baseball teams. In his free time, if he can find any, he enjoys hanging out with friends. His future plans are still undecided. Our junior class representatives, Grace Dickey and Brady Perez. And now, our senior homecoming candidates. Our first couple this evening is Allie Dickel and Jacob Good. Allie is the daughter of Debbie and Ron Dickel. She's an active member of the volleyball and tennis team. She's also a member of National Honor Society, New Tech Ambassadors, Student Council, Athletics, Student Council, and Spanish Club. Allie will be attending Indiana University Bloomington next fall and majoring in elementary education. Jacob Good is the son of Sandy Morse and Jeff Good. He's a member of the basketball and baseball teams and is also active in National Honor Society, Student Council, and Spanish Club. His hobbies include riding shotgun in Utter's band, spending Saturdays with the boys, and always sending it. Next fall, he plans to attend IU Bloomington and major in either sports management or sports marketing. Allie Dickel and Jacob Good. Our second senior homecoming candidates are Olivia Jennings and Alexander Adriano. Olivia Jennings was the daughter of Lloyd and Judith Jennings. She is a member of the girls' tennis team and captain of the cheer team. She is also involved in NHS, Key Club, Student Council, TEP, FCA, and FCYLA. In her free time, she enjoys photography, hiking, camping, and spending time with her family and friends. Olivia plans to obtain a bachelor's degree in elementary education, become a fourth grade teacher, and spend her summers teaching English to children in impoverished countries. Alex Andrianov is the son of Olga and Dmitry Andrianov. He is an active member of the soccer team and also participated in track. In his free time, he enjoys photography, reading, traveling, and being a professional translator for his parents. Alex plans to attend Indiana University next fall and major in biomedical science, and one day become a physician's assistant, travel the world, and meet new and interesting people. Finally, he hopes to live the American dream, which is why he immigrated to this great country. Olivia Jennings and Alexander Adriano. Our next homecoming candidates are Corey Rao and Austin Utter. Corey is the daughter of Kerry Grover and Ryan Rao. She is the captain of both volleyball and softball teams this year, and a member of National Honor Society and Student Council. Corey especially enjoys spending time in her math class with Mr. Screeton. In the future, she plans to attend Indiana University to study psychology and criminology and move far away. Austin Utter is the son of Caroline and Randy Utter. He's a member of the tennis and basketball teams. He is also involved in National Honor Society and Student Council. In his free time, Austin enjoys driving his sweet van, stocking taps, and listening to country music. His future plans include attending either IU Bloomington or Purdue to study supply chain management. Corey Rao and Austin Utter. Our final homecoming candidates this evening are Morgan Ruff and Chase Brown. Corey is the daughter of Shanae and Ron Ruff. She is a new tech ambassador, a member of National Honor Society, Student Council, and Spanish Club. She enjoys playing traveling basketball and has played for the past 8 years. As a member of the Lady Z's basketball team, she's received Captain, Academic All-Conference, and First Team All-Conference awards. In her free time, Morgan enjoys spending time outside with her dog and watching IU basketball and the Cubs with her family. Her future plans include studying criminology at Morgan University. Chase Brown is the son of Deanna and Chris Brown. He's a member of the tennis and bowling teams and is also involved in National Honor Society, Spanish Club, and Student Council. In his free time, he enjoys playing with his dogs, cruising with his friends, and spending time with his family. He plans to attend either Indiana University or Purdue University to major in athletic training. Morgan Ruff and Chase Brown. At this time, we would like to welcome back our 2016 Homecoming King, Josh Leese. Okay, here we go. Our 2017 Homecoming King is... Our 2017 Homecoming King is Austin Utter. And now, our 2017 Homecoming Queen is Olivia Jennings. Congratulations to all members of the court and enjoy the rest of the ball game. Great picture, seniors. Big thank you to the Rochester High School Marching Band under the direction of Mr. Dave Danhauser. The Rochester FFA.
There's no better time than right now to buy or refinance a home, and there's no better place to go for a mortgage loan than First Federal Savings Bank.
Mortgage interest rates are still incredibly low, so now's the perfect time to talk with one of our loan experts.
We offer a variety of mortgage loans, from conventional loans to FHA and USDA subsidized loans.
We don't want to be the biggest bank, just the best bank.
Are you in pain from an injury or arthritis? What if there was a place that could meet all of your orthopedic needs? A place with some of the best orthopedic doctors and staff in the Midwest. A place where you're treated as a person instead of a patient. What if that place weren't in Chicago or Indianapolis? There is such a place. Rochester Orthopedics, your regional orthopedic specialist. When you're looking for comfort and relief, remember, trust the board-certified and fellowship-trained surgeons at Rochester Orthopedics.
Oh, here it is. You know what you're looking for underneath your truck? I don't, but I know who does. The professional service staff at Shepherd's knows how to fix my vehicle and get me back on the road fast. Schedule your next service appointment online at shepherdsrochester.com. From simple oil changes to major engine repair, Shepherd's is the only place for me.
Farming is a way of life for many of our Hoosier families. Protect all of your farming assets with coverage from Evans Agency in Rochester. They offer farm liability, farm personal property, and farm outbuilding policies, all customized to fit your coverage needs. Judy Evans and her staff have been serving the insurance needs of this community for over a decade. Let Judy help you protect your farm, your life, your business, and all of your possessions. Evans Agency, online at evansagencyrochester.com.
Every touchdown from every game, every Sunday afternoon.
Don't miss a touchdown with Red Zone from NFL Network and RTC Fiber Communications. Call today to get yourself set up for all the action. Protect yourself from personal attack on campus, in the home, at the mall, or wherever you are. Blue Dragon Taekwondo in Rochester is offering a self-defense boot camp so that you have the basic skills to protect yourself in an attack. Blue Dragon is the area's leading martial arts facility. Master instructor Dave Colger and his team welcome new participants and those seeking to learn the basic self-defense techniques. Contact Blue Dragon Taekwondo today to learn more about this exciting self-defense boot camp. RTC Fiber Communications is now serving the community of Argus. Now you can enjoy the incredibly fast speed and reliability of fiber internet. Stream movies, surf the web, or watch your favorite local videos on rtc4.com. All from RTC Fiber Communications, now serving Argus. Give RTC a call today or check us out online at www.rtc1.com.
Are the other guys offering you less than you expect for your trade-in? At Shepherd Chevrolet Buick in Rochester, they trade your way, offering you top dollar for your trade-in vehicle. Hi, I'm Chris Smith, PGA Tour player and Rochester native. Shepherd's prides themselves on giving you the highest amount possible for your trade. If someone is giving you less than you expect, come out to Shepherd's and give them the opportunity to find a deal that works for you. Shepherd's Chevrolet Buick in Rochester, where they trade your way.
Back at Rochester High School, we're at halftime. Well, halftime coming to an end, but anyway, we're still here. 28-0. Rochester leads. Brad, you have scores from around the area?
Yeah, I do. LaVille leads Winnemac 14-6. Culver leading West Central 27-0. These are mostly all halftime scores. Pioneer over Caston 45-0.
That's in the first quarter.
It's a little beyond halftime now. I think they scored 3 points at halftime. Mechanical 36, Wabash 6. Peru 15, Manchester 6. Northfield leads Tippecanoe Valley 26-7. And Southwood leading North Miami 21-13. North Miami.
That concerns me a bit.
Yeah, North Miami will be here next week.
Yeah. And you know they're going to be fired up.
Yeah. Southwood did lead 21-3 at one time, and North Miami got 10 points before the half.
Well, it'll be interesting to see what the speech was at halftime. Yeah, fellas, we're up 28-0, but if there was ever a time to keep our foot on the gas, now's the time. Whitko gets the ball first, and we don't want to give them any life.
Well, I would bet that the Whitko speech involved the name Corbin Wood quite a little bit, and so I would not be surprised to see the likes of Tyler Johnson or Isaiah Jackson or Matt Lease or even Bryce Abbott have a big second half.
Yeah. Our defense, I think, is playing pretty well.
Oh,
I think if I were to say anything to anyone, maybe shore up that offensive line a little bit to give our quarterback a little extra time.
And I would think, every coach will tell you, there's things we got to work on every week to get better. And, if Coach Hooker wanted to do so, he could say, hey, there's things we can work on this second half to get better. And what you mentioned is exactly right. Offensive line could do a much better job up front.
So Whitko, again, deferred to start the game, which means they're going to get the football first here as Zane Duff will bring out the kicking tee and get ready to get this one underway.
Hey, it is homecoming this week.
It is homecoming.
Yeah. And
was I voted king?
No, unfortunately.
Queen?
Well, you were right there. I think maybe my vote might have pushed it the other way. Austin Utter is your homecoming king for this year, and the queen is Olivia Jennings.
Yeah, congratulations.
Yep, congratulations to both of them.
So the Wildcats ready, the Zebras ready. Gardner back deep. He stands inside his 5-yard line awaiting the kick from Zane Duff. And last we heard, Purdue was up on Ohio 3-0. Purdue.
Leads Madison Grant 56-0.
Oh, my gosh. Number 1 Eastbrook leading Madison Grant 51-0.
56-0.
All right, Val, 56-0. The kick goes to the up man to the 25, and he returns it across the 30 to about the 35. Nice second effort. In fact, give him across the 35 to the 37. Nice second effort. Nice push by the Whitko Wildcats. So Purdue is playing tonight because, Val, let me help me out here. Purdue's playing tonight because West Lafayette's on their field tomorrow. Is that right?
Yes.
Yeah. Who do they play? Do you know? Hey, did you see that? I stumped him.
You did.
First and 10 for the Wildcats. We'll get that information for you. At their own 37-yard line, ball in the middle of the field. I-backs for Bechtold. Gives to the second man through Gardner. And Gardner stopped at the line of scrimmage. Not a lot there. It'll be second down and long for the Wildcats.
Sutton on the stop for Rochester.
Second and 9 for the Wildcats. A lone receiver to the near side, which is the wide side of the field. I-backs for Bechtold on second and 9. On the second man through Gardner, right off the left side. Stopped by Corbin Wood. Also Zane Duff, or Gilbert there to stop the running back Gardner. And Gardner takes it across the 40 to his own 41-yard line. It'll be third down at about 5 for the Wildcats as we just start the third quarter. Brad Thomas, I'm David Musselman.
A lot of talk about Reed from last year. He had 1,100 yards rushing last year. He's only touched the ball 5 times tonight.
Not against us.
No, not in one
yeah,
game.
Right.
Yeah. He's only got 9 yards in the game today.
Third and 5. Bechtold on the option, flips out to Gardner. Gardner stacked up at the line of scrimmage, and that's it. 4th and 5 for the Wildcats.
Good job by Rochester staying in their assigned defensive assignments there with the fake up the middle and the pitch outside.
Stroud to come on to punt the ball away for the Wildcats. Johnson and Wood drop back to receive the punt. They stand inside their 30-yard line.
They haven't kicked the ball really well.
Short.
To see if they try and get away from Wood. And they
knuckleball. Wood takes it inside the 40 on the run out of the 45, slips to the outside, runs right into Gardner. And is brought down at the 45-yard line, 1st and 10 for the Zebras. We, the FFA, Rochester's FFA, Justin Pearson and Greg Martz were generous enough to bring pork chops to the press box tonight.
Yeah, big pork chop dinner.
It was good.
Yeah, it looked good.
1st and 10 for the Zebras at their own 45-yard line. Going to our right.
West Lafayette plays Crete Monee tomorrow.
Huh?
Crete Monee from
Crete Monee.
Oh, an Illinois team.
Then next Saturday they play Rensselaer at Lucas Oil.
1st and 10 for the Z's. Wood up the middle. Corbin Wood shakes a tackler in midfield, still dragging a Whitko Wildcat, and then shakes another tackler at the 45, spun around, and then finally driven out of bounds at about the 42-yard line. A great effort by Corbin Wood, who was hit immediately at the line of scrimmage and shook 2 or 3 tackles and got it out to the Whitko, was it 42?
Yeah.
1st and 10 for Rochester.
13-yard gain by
Give me the 41.
13-yard gain by Corbin Wood, and 10 of those yards are with somebody hanging on him.
Where is he tonight?
That put him over 100 yards. He's got 103 yards on 7 carries.
3 touchdowns.
3 touchdowns. 1 rushing, 1 receiving, and 1 on special
teams. There you
teams.
go. Jackson, Abbott, and Wood in the backfield. And now they go to the full house look. Straight T backfield, 2 tight ends. Perez under center.
And we move.
And now we're going to have a false start against the Rochester, delay a game. Same difference. Back him up 5, it'll be 1st and 15.
Didn't move fast enough.
Yeah. 28-0. Rochester leads. 9:28 to play in the third quarter. And so it'll be 1st and 15 now for the Z's back at the Whitko 46. Ball in the near hash, the Rochester sideline. Dalton to the right tight end, Plummer the left tight end. Wingbacks are Wood and Jackson now come back in this straight T formation with Bryce Abbott in the middle. Jackson takes the handoff going left, cuts it back inside, takes it inside the Whitko 45 to the 44. It'll be 2nd down.
That's the first time we've seen the wing T this year.
2nd down, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
2nd and 13. Okay, sticks across the way, say 4th.
Yeah. Yeah, they're going to get changed here. They heard you.
2nd and 12 for Rochester at the Whitko 43. Under 9 to play in the 3rd quarter. Rochester breaks the huddle. Johnson back in there at the right wing back. Wood the left side. Abbott right behind Brady Perez on 2nd and 12. Wood comes in motion to the near side, and we're going to have a false start. What are we doing? That's at least 6 penalty. Oh, offsides on the Wildcats. I didn't see that.
Against Whitko. We'll get 5 yards back.
So 2nd down now and about 7 for the Rochester Zebras back at the, now we're back at the Whitko 38-yard line.
There's been a lot of penalties tonight.
There has been,
for
I
both
agree.
teams.
Jackson Wood and Abbott in the backfield. Abbott now about 3 yards deeper than he was a play ago. Wood comes in motion to the near side. On the option, Brady Perez keeps, tucks, 35, flagging the play, lowers his head at the 30, pushes his way inside Whitko territory, but there's a flag in the play, back at the line of scrimmage, and Brendan Sutton with his hands, palms to the skies, pointing to himself, saying, "Was that me?"
Well, that's the direction the flag was thrown, right at the line of scrimmage towards the middle of the field.
So it was enough for a Zebra first down on the carry by Brady Perez.
Going to have a long talk about it here.
But the officials, yes, are meeting just inside the 35-yard line, standing basically on the numerals. Brad Thomas, I'm David Musselman, 8:21 to play in the 3rd. Rochester up 28-0.
Well, if they pick this up, the Zebras will have a first down to 29.
Personal foul against the
Whitko.
Wildcats.
Wow.
So the play resulted in a first down. And are they going to get 15 on top of that? Yes?
Well, it depends if it was during the play or after the play. I don't know what they're going to, how
I think
that works out.
Just by watching the motion of the official, I think Whitko gave the Rochester Zebra athlete an elbow to the helmet.
Yeah.
From what I saw there. So if it's personal foul, we're going to get 15 yards on top of this, so it should take it inside the 15 to about the 14.
No.
So Brady Perez rushes the football for 8 yards. No, for 9 yards. And then the penalty moves the ball inside the Whitko 15 at the 14.5-yard line, ball in the near hash. Johnson, Wood, and Abbott in the backfield. Again, Plummer is your left tight end, and Dalton is your right tight end. And now Wood goes in motion and split out wide to the left side.
One-on-one with the corner.
On 1st and 10, back to passes Perez. Looks to the flat, has Wood. His key complete. Corbin Wood slips one tackler, still on his feet, and then finally brought down. As Whitko right there to help, he picks up 7 or 8 yards. It'll be 2nd down and short for the Zebras. Culver leads West Central in the 3rd quarter, 34-0. 7:45 to play. In the 3rd quarter, that pass play resulted in 6 yards. 6 yards. It'll be 2nd and 4 for the Zebras at the Wildcat 9-yard line. Second and 4. Abbott gets the pitch and is going to be stopped for a loss back at the 11.
Again, that offensive
12.
line for Rochester not getting a very good push.
We're better off just keeping this inside our guards, basically.
Yeah.
It's going to lose a couple of yards. It'll be 3rd and 8. Back at the Wildcat 11-yard line. Taylor Johnson brings the play in. Rochester going to have to hurry. Rochester breaks the huddle with 8 on the play clock. They're going to have to hurry. We're down to 5. Rochester just does come set with 3. With 2. High back formation, and now Rochester will use a timeout. We'll take a 30. You're listening to Zebra Football, 92.1 WROI and RTC TV4.
This broadcast brought to you in part by these local sponsors. The lawyers and staff of Peterson, Wagner & Perkins LLP are here to provide the highest quality legal and professional service to their clients presently and for the future. See a full list of services online at peterson-wagner.com. Evans Agency in Rochester, offering farm liability, personal property, and outbuilding policies, all customized to fit your insurance needs. Let Judy help you protect all of your possessions. Online at evansagencyrochester.com. Stay connected with the fastest internet speeds available with RTC Fiber Communications. Voice data and video connectivity for the 21st century. Online at rtc1.com. First Federal Savings Bank is your local mortgage lender with 6 locations throughout North Central Indiana. Trust the professionals at First Federal Savings Bank. Online at firstfederalbanking.com.
They'll go back to what Rochester's done all year, except they'll move Bryce Abbott back about 5 yards behind Brady Perez instead of a yard. 3rd and 8. Wood comes in motion to the near side. On the option, Brady Perez keeps around the right side, inside the 10 to the 9. And that's going to bring up 4th down and about 5 for the Rochester Zebras. Bring on Duff. Let's see what the young man has.
Yeah, let's give him a chance.
Ball spotted at the 9. 4th down and about 6. And Rochester will go for it as Jackson will bring the play in from the sideline. It'll be 4th and 6 for Rochester, the Whitko 9. 6:10 to play in the third quarter, up 28-0.
Wouldn't shock me to see him throw that ball out to Wood in the flat like they did previous just a couple plays ago.
10 on the clock. Rochester comes set. And now we'll go to a straight T look with 2 tight ends, everybody in tight. And a flag in the play. And we're going to have a false start on the Rochester Zebras. So now that'll bring up 4th down and 11.
Where's Duff?
Right here at the end of the line.
Yep.
Coach Hooker just called for the field goal team, so on comes Duff. The line of scrimmage is at the 14, so this is going to be about a 31-yarder. Basically on the middle of the field, maybe towards the right hash.
He's kicked extra points longer than this sometimes.
31-yard attempt for Duff, basically in the middle of the field. Sailors is your holder. Right-footed kicker. Snap is back, hold is away, he's got plenty of leg. Good heavens, that's downtown Rochester, and it's good. A 31-yard field goal attempt put Rochester up 31-0. You're listening to Zebra Football, 92.1 WROI.
There's no better time than right now to buy or refinance a home, and there's no better place to go for a mortgage loan than First Federal Savings Bank.
Mortgage interest rates are still incredibly low, so now's the perfect time to talk with one of our loan experts.
We offer a variety of mortgage loans, from conventional loans to FHA and USDA subsidized loans.
We don't want to be the biggest bank, just the best bank.
Are you in pain from an injury or arthritis? What if there was a place that could meet all of your orthopedic needs? A place with some of the best orthopedic doctors and staff in the Midwest. A place where you're treated as a person instead of a patient. What if that place weren't in Chicago or Indianapolis? There is such a place. Rochester Orthopedics.
My dog's been hiding in the bathtub since the parade went through town anyway. So
Duff ready. Nice high end over end kick. Taken at the 10-yard line. At the 20. The 25 is grabbed by the shoulder pads by Plummer. Very nice. Jerry Plummer grabbed the return
tackle.
man by the shoulder pads and just rips him down at the 29.
Woo! Just as you were getting fired up.
Yeah, I thought he had a little bit more room than that.
Yeah.
I didn't see 2 coming out of nowhere.
Out of nowhere.
5:39 to play in the third quarter. Rochester up 31-0. Split backs for Bechtold. Clay Bechtold fakes the handoff. Here comes the pressure. Rolls away from it. Steps up. Bat at the line of scrimmage. And incomplete on the far sideline.
Sutton on the pressure from the backside and Walker from the other side.
I think Walker got a piece of that pass
Yeah,
as well.
I think so.
Booz was the intended receiver for Whitko. It'll be a 2nd down and 10 at their own 29. 2007, Brad.
It's the last time we went 4-0.
So last time Rochester went 4-0.
Actually went, what, 10-0 that year?
We went 9-0 that year and got beat in the first round of the sectional by Lewis Cass. 2nd down and 10 for Whitko. I-backs now. Gardner dots the I. Fakes the handoff. Back to passes. Bechtold again. Incomplete. Hit by Sutton again. That's pretty cool. Sutton then knocks him down, then helps him up. It's 3rd and 10. Well, you know, as we're asking for somebody to block their tackles, I'm guessing Whitko's asking for somebody to block 67.
Yeah, Rochester's defense, again, rising to the occasion.
3rd down and 10 for the Wildcats, or their own 29-yard line. 15 on the play clock. Gardner dots the I behind Reed and Bechtold. Booz is a flanker to the right side on 3rd and 10. On the option, Gardner, right side, is drilled hard at the 28. Loses a yard. It'll be make that 4th and 11. Nope. Line of scrimmage. 4th and 10. Punting unit coming on. Back deep are Taylor and Taylor Johnson, it is, and Corbin Wood. Straw to kick inside his 20-yard line. Off the toe. Corbin Wood takes it, gets a block, buffs it. Ball still loose, ball on the ground.
I think he
Who
got
fell
back
on it? Rochester get on that?
I think he did.
Yep, Corbin Wood fell on it back at his 49.
Tried to run before he fully had a hold of it.
He was thinking about fair catching.
Yeah.
So 1st and 10 for the Zebras at their own 49-yard line, up 31-0 with 4:50 to play in the 3rd quarter.
Brewers lead the Cubs 2-0 bottom of the 2nd.
Bottom of the 2nd?
Mm-hmm. First ever Friday night regular season game at Wrigley.
That's interesting. Val, of course we get something interesting from Val.
From Val, yeah.
First Friday night game at Wrigley?
Wow.
Yeah, Game 3 of the World Series was on a Friday night last year, but it's first regular
Ah,
season.
come on. Rochester, another false start whistled against them. Back him up 5. Got to keep a little focus here.
Yep.
Back him up inside the 45 to the 44,
Yeah,
1st and 15.
Second half offensively hasn't been very sharp for
Yeah.
either team.
Johnson, Wood, and Abbott in the backfield. Dalton is tight end right. Plummer is tight end left. Brady Perez under center on 1st and 15. Johnson goes in motion to left side. He fakes a handoff. Brady Perez gives him Abbott. That's complete. Bryce Abbott down the near sideline to the 35 and lowers his head and runs over a tackler and gets out to the Whitko 30-yard line.
There's somebody you wouldn't have anticipated throwing a pass to, was the fullback out of the backfield, Bryce Abbott.
26-yard pitch and catch from Brady Perez to Bryce Abbott, and 1st and 10 to Rochester. And Matt Lease comes into the game for Abbott. I believe that might be his first reception of the year.
It's the first one I had for him.
Might be his first reception of his high school career.
Yeah, ever.
1st and 10 for Rochester. Wood comes in motion to the near side, fakes a pitch to him, gives to Matt Lease right underneath, and Matt Lease is grabbed by the shoulder pad and ripped down inside the 25 to about the 23.
Big run by Matt Lease as everybody bit on the fake to the outside.
2nd and 3 after a 7-yard run by Matt Lease. 4 minutes to play in the 3rd quarter. Again, Rochester up 31-0. Jackson, Lease, and Wood in the backfield. 15 on the play clock. Brady Perez under center now with 12. 2nd and 3. Jackson goes in motion left, gets the pitch, has some blockers, cuts it inside, cut down to the 20.
Be be enough for 1st down, I think.
It'll be close. No signal yet. He's going to be a fuzz shy.
Oh.
It'll be 3rd and inches for Rochester, just shy of the 20-yard line.
I thought he was on the other side of the 20. His knee must have hit first.
3:20 to play in the 3rd quarter. Rochester 3rd and inches at about the 21 and make that 20.5-yard line of Whitko. Matt Leach, your fullback. Johnson goes in motion to the left, and we're going to have a false start again.
Yep, Whitko.
Or we're going to have offsides. Offsides on the Wildcats. First down, Rochester. That'll take the ball at about the 15.5-yard line. Next week, back at home with the North Miami Warriors, who is holding their own tonight.
21-13 against Southwood.
Yeah.
They were trailing.
First and 10 for Rochester at the 15. Johnson goes in motion left. He gets the pitch. He's got some blockers. Cuts it inside one blocker. And then is hit the 15 and falls ahead maybe to the 13. There's not a lot there. Give him the 14. Give him 1. It'll be 2nd and 9. Whitko's ends.
Yeah, Whitko's ends doing a pretty good job crushing in. Rochester got a good kick-out block, and then Johnson turned it up inside. But got tripped up just beyond the line of scrimmage.
So it'll be 2nd and 9 for Rochester inside the Whitko 15-yard line. Down to 8 on the play clock. Brady Perez now under center with 5. Wood comes in motion to the near side. Pitches out to Bryce Abbott. Abbott trying the edge, cuts it back inside the 10, still running hard inside the 5, down to around the 4. That's going to be 1st and goal for the Zebras at the 4-yard line. Give him 10.
Good run by Bryce Abbott. Looked like Corbin Wood misread the snap count and went too early. He ended up just stopping in the backfield, and Brady Perez went back and talked to him after the play.
Culver leads 41-0 in the third quarter over West Central. Whoa! Here come the Warriors.
Yeah.
1st and goal for the Zebras at the 4. Wood in motion to the near side. Fakes the pitch to him. Gives to Johnson underneath. Taylor Johnson then back into the end zone. Touchdown, Zebras.
Nice job by Taylor Johnson. Just weaved his way through the defense until he found the goal line from 4 yards away.
A 4-yard touchdown run by Taylor Johnson with 1:33 to play in the third quarter. Hey, there they are.
Yeah.
Put the Zebras up 37-0. And Duff on to attempt the extra point. Sailor's the holder. Snap is back. Hold is down. Kick is away. Low line drive kick. Goes wide left. 37-0. Zebras, you're listening to Rochester Football, 92.1 WROI.
Oh, here it is. You know what you're looking for underneath your truck? I don't, but I know who does. The professional service staff at Shepherd's knows how to fix my vehicle and get me back on the road fast. Schedule your next service appointment online at shepherdsrochester.com. From simple oil changes to major engine repair, Shepherd's is the only place for me.
Farming is a way of life for many of our Hoosier families. Protect all of your farming assets with coverage from Evans Agency in Rochester. They offer farm liability, farm personal property, and farm outbuilding policies, all customized to fit your coverage needs. Judy Evans and her staff have been serving the insurance needs of this community for over a decade. Let Judy help you protect your farm, your life, your business, and
Duff to kick. Nice end over end kick. Gardner will take it at the 3. Gardner at the 10, the 15, the 20. Looking for the outside, flag in the play. And it's cut down at the 25-yard line. Taylor Johnson there to hit him. Matt Lease and Isaiah Jackson stops him as well. But there's a flag in the play. That flag thrown about 25 yards. I was pretty impressed with that throw.
Yeah. Holding against Whitko.
And so they're going to back him up from the 25 to the 15. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Wildcats.
Pioneer now leading Caston 52-0 midway through the third. You mentioned Culver over West Central 41-0. McConaughey 36-6 over Wabash.
North Miami's tightened things up.
Southwood now leads North Miami 21-20 in the third quarter. That was a 21-3 score at one time. So North Miami will be here next week.
37-0 here. Rochester leads. Whitko starts this drive with a new fullback. at their 15-yard line. Bechtold back to pass, looks right. Tucks, going to be sacked and ripped down by Dalton. Back at the 10, and he's going to be slow to get up. Dalton ripped him down hard.
Yeah, pressure came in from the left side of the zebra line, and as Bechtold tried to move away from that, Dalton came in on the right side.
Bechtold's going to have to come off the field.
Back to the 11-yard line, loss of 4.
Mason Lehman is your new fullback in the game. He's a big kid. 175 pounds, 6-footer sophomore. And now we're going to have a new quarterback in the game as well for Whitko.
Are they looking? They're looking up and down the sideline for one, are they?
Looks like it's going to be Colin Lowe, and now Whitko will use a timeout. 1:15 to play in the third quarter. Rochester up 37-0. You're listening to Zebra Football, 92.1 WROI and RTC TV 4.
Every touchdown from every game, every Sunday afternoon.
Don't miss a touchdown with Red Zone from NFL Network and RTC Fiber Communications. Call today to get yourself set up for all the action. Protect yourself from personal attack on campus, in the home, at the mall, or wherever you are. Blue Dragon Taekwondo in Rochester is offering a self-defense boot camp so that you have the basic skills to protect yourself in an attack. Blue Dragon is the area's leading martial arts facility. Master instructor Dave Colger and his team welcome new participants and those seeking to learn the basic self-defense techniques. Contact Blue Dragon Taekwondo today to learn more about this exciting self-defense boot camp.
Lowe is a 5'9" junior. Minute 15 to play in the third. Rochester up 37-0. High backs for Lowe. He takes the snap, gives to Lehman. And Lehman stacked up. As he gets a yard or two. We're down to a minute to play in the third quarter. It'll be third down and about 13 for the Whitko Wildcats. Back at their 12-yard line. 50 seconds to play. I don't see anybody looking at Bechtold. 3rd and 3. 9 on the play clock. High backs for Lowe. Gardner is the tailback here. 3rd and 13. The option play gives to the fullback Lehman. Lehman stacked up for little, if any, gain. It'll be 4th and about 13 for the Wildcats.
Sutton on the stop for Rochester.
And that'll do it for the third quarter. I thought maybe they were going to try to go for it. Everybody kind of standing around. Yeah. After 3, Rochester leads 37-0. You're listening to Zebra Football, 92.1 WROI and RTC TV 4.
RTC Fiber Communications is now serving the community of Argus. Now you can enjoy the incredibly fast speed and reliability of fiber internet. Stream movies, surf the web, or watch your favorite local videos on rtc4.com. All from RTC Fiber Communications, now serving Argus. Give RTC a call today or check us out online at www.rtc1.com.
Are the other guys offering you less than you expect for your trade-in? At Shepherd Chevrolet Buick in Rochester, they trade your way, offering you top dollar for your trade-in vehicle. Hi, I'm Chris Smith, PGA Tour player and Rochester native. Shepherd's prides themselves on giving you the highest amount possible for your trade. If someone is giving you less than you expect, come out to Shepherd's and give them the opportunity to find a deal that works for you. Shepherd Chevrolet Buick in Rochester, where they trade your way.
Down at about 13, and the punting unit on. Stroud stands at the goal line to kick this one away. Wow. Rochester's got some new kids in there returning this one. Nick Allen for the Rochester Zebras, and I believe B.J. Barnes as well, back deep. Brad Thomas, I'm David Musselman. The kid coming from the goal line. Good snap, no pressure. Oh, Isaiah Jackson just about got it. Another short kick, but this time takes a Rochester bounce, and Whitko kills it at about the 25-yard line.
Wow. About a 13-yard punt.
Yeah, not much, that's for sure.
No. Rochester with another short field. But like you said, wholesale changes on the Rochester offensive line.
Tristan Minix is in there for Rochester. Drew Sailors will be the quarterback. We'll try to get as many of these numbers as we can to get in here. Looks like Nathan Arnett.
Taylor Coles.
Yep. Looks like the fullback is Zach Ernie. Sailors under center.
Oh,
and a false start as we have a couple of kids in the backfield moving. Bailey Brown maybe is out there as well. No, it's 89. Nope. That's 88. Bailey Brown, a 5'8 sophomore, 146 pounds. First and 15 for Rochester, back now at the Whitko 30-yard line.
Ethan Daywald's out there as well.
Garrett Gray is a tight end to the right. Sailors under center. Barnes comes in motion on the near side. He gets the carry.
Another
We have a flag on the play, and he is going to be stopped for a slight loss. Illegal motion on Rochester. It'll be 2nd and 16 or 1st and 20. It might be declined. It's 2nd and 16 or 1st and 20. It'll be declined. It'll be 2nd and 16 for the Rochester Zebras. Zebras back on the ball. Waylon Hayes, the center for Rochester.
Dylan Weaver's also in the ball game.
Here's a pitch going to the right side to Allen. Allen pushes the pile ahead and gets back to the 26-yard line. Pick up of about 4. It'll be 3rd and about 12 for the Rochester Zebras. 3rd and 11. I think this started at the 25, didn't it?
Yeah.
Ball's at the 26. Riston back into the game. Coming out is Nick Allen. Riston's your left wing back. Matt Leash is your fullback right now, and the right wing back is Brown. On 3rd and 11, Riston gets the pitch going to the right side. He's got a blocker. There's a flag in the play. I believe Matt Leash is going to be whistled for that flag. It's going to be no gain for Riston. It'll be 4th and 11 or 3rd and 21. I'm guessing Coach Sprunger will decline this too. It'll be 4th and 11. .11 to play in the game. Rochester up 37-0. Looks like Coach Sprunger will accept it, so it'll be 3rd down and 21.
Playing field position now.
Ball will be spotted at about the Whitko 38-yard line. Now Barnes is your quarterback. Riston's your left wing back. Brown your right wing back. Leash is your fullback. Barnes under center on 3rd and 21. Motion man. Brown gets it. Trying to pick his way through traffic and is going to be stopped for a loss. It'll bring 3rd down, make that 4th down and 22. Robert Powell, a 6-foot senior in the game for the first time tonight. Rochester will go forward at the 39-yard line of the Wildcats. Back into the game is Nick Allen for the Zebras. 10-19 to play in the game. Riston will come out. Brad Thomas, I'm David Musselman. Brown's your right wing back. Allen the left wing back. Lease is the fullback. 9 on the play clock. Barnes under center with 6. With 5. On the quarterback keeper, a busted play. He's going to push the line of scrimmage backwards to the 41, so Whitko will take over on downs at their own 41-yard line. Rochester up again 37-0. Rochester making
And
some
we're
wholesale
gonna
defensive
keep-
changes as
yeah, I was
well.
gonna say we're going to keep some subs in on defense. Dylan Weaver's still on the field on defense.
Noah
Ethan
Swengo in the
Daywalt.
game.
Yep.
5'8" freshman. A lot of these kids got a big win last night on the road to Whitko.
Hayes is in the game as well.
1st and 10 for Whitko at their own 41-yard line. Lehman behind Lowe, the quarterback. Also Gardner back there. On the quarterback keeper, Lowe will just go left. Lowe caught by the shoulder pads and ripped down. Oh, we're going to have another flag. Plummer did a great job grabbing the shoulder pad.
They're going to call him this time on the horse
They're
collar.
going to get the horse collar this time.
Oh,
there's a face mask. Boy, we are begging for that horse collar.
Yeah, we
aren't
are. I don't even know if that's a thing anymore.
It is.
Okay.
Anybody pay attention to the Patriots getting beat last night on their home field?
I heard the rumor.
That's too bad.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was crying.
Somebody said the Patriots now have the worst record in professional football.
I like it. But the last time that they lost their opening game, the last 3 times, they won the Super Bowl.
You're right, yeah.
But I like it right now. 1st and 10 for the Wildcats now at the Rochester 39. Low under center. Gives to Lehman. Lehman stacked up after a yard gain. It'll be 2nd down and 9.
Somebody will have to come off. They lost their helmet.
Taylor Cole's in the game for Rochester. Taylor, a 6-foot senior. Dylan Weaver comes off. Second and 9 for the Wildcats. Now at the Rochester 38. 22 on the play clock. Low under center. High backs behind him.
Fumbled.
Yeah, botched snap. And I believe the Rochester said they fell on it. But I don't have. Yep, the Rochester recovered the fumble.
Wow. I was going to say that ball moved forward about 4 yards. It was hard to see who ended up with it.
Zach Ernie recovered the fumble for the Rochester Zebras.
That's the second turnover of the ball game for Rochester.
And the Zebras will have it 1st and 10 at their own 34.
They pushed their turnover ratio to a +9 on the season.
9:20 to play in the game. Rochester up 37-0. Drew Saylor's the quarterback now for the Rochester Zebras. They break the huddle with the ball in the middle of the field. Allen in there, the left wing back. Lease is in there as well. And Brown is the right wing back for the Zebras. Sailors gives to Lease right up the middle. Matt Lease fighting for yards. Carries the ball across the Rochester 40 to the 41. Give him 5. It'll be 2nd and 5.
Good hard run by Lease.
Yes.
Put your head down, keep your legs churning.
Matt Lease, a 5'8 junior for the Rochester Zebras. Landon Kelly, a freshman in the game, and Drew Sailors comes out. I believe your quarterback now is Nick Allen. So Kelly's back there. Brown and Lease as well on 2nd and 5. Ball at the Rochester 41. Here's a pitch to Kelly, going right. Met by a lot of white jerseys in the backfield, and they drive him back 4 yards. It'll be 3rd and 9. Blake Plummer, a 5'9" freshman, comes on the field, brother of Jerry's. Robert Powell comes off. Matt Lease comes off. I believe your fullback now will be Zach Ernie. 8:10 to play in the game. Rochester up 37-0, and they look at 3rd down and 3 from their own 38-yard line, 37-yard line. Ernie fighting for yards, and he's going to get to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. 4th and 9. Coach Hooker grabs B.J. Barnes, the sophomore, will bring in a play. I like it. A lot of kids seeing a lot of action tonight.
Getting a lot of them in.
So Barnes will come on as the quarterback and or pooch punter. We'll wait and see. Nick Allen comes off. Kelly, the left wing back. Brown, the right wing back. And Ernie, the fullback for the Rochester Zebras on 4th and 9. Barnes pitches out to Brown. Brown is going to be grabbed from behind and pushed inside to the Rochester 35, back to the 34. It's going to lose 3. It'll be 1st and 10 for Whitko at the Rochester 34-yard line. 37-0 Rochester with 7:14 to play in the game. Brad Thomas, I'm David Musselman. Back here next week again with North Miami, who that last report was in a very, very good game against the Southwood Knights. Knights were up 21-20.
Northfield over Tippecanoe Valley 34-7. Peru over Manchester 15-6. Mechanical 36-6 over Wabash. Culver was leading 41-0 over West Central.
Low under center for Whitko. Pitches out to Gardner. Gardner then drops it, and I believe got it back.
Dylan Weaver almost came up with the...
Yeah, I thought he did too. I thought he had it. Not a real good pitch from Lowe as he lofted it too high and then short hopped Gardner. Gardner was lucky to jump on it, but they're going to lose about 5 yards. It'll bring up 2nd down and 15. Clock rolls with 6:45 to play in the game. Rochester leading 37-0. Lowe will bring the group back to the line of scrimmage. Gardner dots the I. The fullback here is Lehman. 2nd and 15 for Whitko at the Rochester 38. Fake to Gardner. Lowe will keep. Running around the left end and is driven out of bounds real close to the Rochester 35.
Basically get back to the original line of scrimmage.
3rd down and 11 now for Whitko. No more stepping out of bounds.
43-6 over Wabash.
Huh.
3 minutes to go in the third quarter. Northfield 34-7 over.
43-0.
43-6 over Wabash.
Mechanical over Wabash.
Yep.
Southwood 21-20 over North Miami into the third quarter.
Wow.
Going to the 4th quarter. Where is that?
It's at Southwood, isn't it?
It's at Southwood.
Southwood leads North Miami 21-20. Oh, my good heavens.
All the Zebras.
All of them. All 15 of them, I think, jumped across that.
Easy call there.
So give him 5. Rochester offsides. It'll be 3rd down and 6. 6.5 minutes to play in the football game. Rochester up 37-0. And Whitko has it 3rd down and 6 from the Rochester 30-yard line.
Pioneers defeated Caston 52-0.
Pioneer defeats Caston tonight 52-0. Thank you, Val.
Pioneers not allowed a point yet this season.
That's impressive. Here's a pitch out to Gardner. Gardner's hitting the backfield and dropped. Another high pitch out to Gardner. He had to wait for it to come down.
Landon Kelly, the first one there for Rochester.
Very good. He's gonna lose 3. It'll be 4th down and 9. Boy, Kelly got a great push on that right side of the line.
Good anticipation on that.
About beat the ball to Gardner.
That was a really high pitch.
Yeah, again, second one. 4th and 9, 10 on the play clock. Whitko go forward at the Rochester 38-yard line, 33-yard line. Lowe on the quarterback keeper around the near side. Lowe's going to have a 1st down. Lowe across the 25 down to around the 20-yard line. He's going to get a 1st down and a 13-yard run. Colin Lowe is a 5'9 junior for the Whitko Wildcats. New tailback in the game as well for Whitko, I think. Ethan Howard in the game.
Castleman was made the stop for Rochester.
Okay.
Seth Castleman.
Peru leads Manchester 21-20 halfway through the third quarter.
Peru over Manchester 21-20.
Down to 5 on the play clock. Lowe sets the line of scrimmage with 3, with 2, takes the snap. He'll keep it around the left side. Worked well enough around the right side. He's got more room. Lowe around the left sideline looking for the pylon and steps out of bounds at the 1. Give him 19 yards. It'll be 1st and goal for the Wildcats at the 1-yard line. That really is the only play tonight for Whitko that's worked. That quarterback keeper around either end.
Yeah, well, Lowe's last 2 runs have accounted for more than what they'd had in the first 3.5 quarters.
1st and 10 for the Wildcats. I make that 1st and goal from the Wildcats at the 1. Ball in the far hash. I bet you 31 gets this. What do you think?
Oh, I bet 15 just keeps it.
Low under center.
Runs around the end.
Here's a snap. Ball with a snap. Ball loose.
They say you got
Rochester or make that Whitko going to keep possession. It'll be second and goal from the 1. Second and goal. 4:24 to play in the game. Again, Rochester leading 37-0. Wildcats knocking on the door here.
I'm sure the starting defense would have liked to have maintained their shutout, got their second one of the season.
But like we said before, a lot of these kids are getting
some good playing time.
Yep. Whitko's not going to get this playoff. They're going to have to use a timeout, and they do. The play clock was down to 1, and they use a timeout. 3:52 to play in the game. Rochester up 37-0. We'll take a 30-second break. You're listening to Zebra Football, 92.1 WROI and RTC TV4.
RTC Fiber Communications is now serving the community of Argus. Now you can enjoy the incredibly fast speed and reliability of fiber internet. Stream movies, surf the web, or watch your favorite local videos on rtc4.com. All from RTC Fiber Communications, now serving Argus. Give RTC a call today or check us out online at www.rtc1.com.
Are the other guys offering you less than you expect for your trade-in? At Shepherd Chevrolet Buick in Rochester, they trade your way, offering you top dollar for your trade-in vehicle. Hi, I'm Chris Smith, PGA Tour player and Rochester native. Shepherd's prides themselves on giving you the highest amount possible for your trade. If someone is giving you less than you expect, come out to Shepherd's and give them the opportunity to find a deal that works for you. Shepherd's Chevrolet Buick in Rochester, where they trade your way.
You're not kidding.
Looks like they got about 5 people in the backfield.
Both backs are about a yard off the line of scrimmage. Low under center. Takes a snap. He's looking to get in the end zone. The Rochester's defense stacks him up, and he gets in. The second effort gets Low in the end zone, and it's 37-6.
So a 1-yard push by Low, and the Wildcats are on the board.
Dylan Weaver lost his hat again.
Yep.
.46 to play in the game. Wildcats on the board, and they'll attempt the extra point. Here we go for the extra point try. Snap is back, hold is down, kick is away, and it is good as it sneaks inside the right upright. 37-7 Rochester. You're listening to Zebra Football, 92.1 WROI and RTC TV4. Back at Rochester High School, the Whitko Wildcats right on the board.
Yep, 7 plays, 34 yards, and Low with the 1-yard push across the end zone for the Wildcats.
I think Rochester's in 37-7. Rochester leads. Are they anticipating? No, maybe not.
No.
Everybody up pretty.
It's just we've got all the younger kids in the ball game, so it just kind of looks like a hands team up front.
Nick Allen back deep to receive the kick. An up man is Kelly. The other up man, I believe, is Barnes on the far side of the field. It is. Whitko to kick. Rochester up 37-7. Again, a 3:46 to play in the game. Rochester going to run their mark to Fordo. The kick goes over the head of Allen. He picks it up inside the 10, right up the middle. It is hit hard at the 15. And he fights for yards and might have gotten to the 17, maybe the 18-yard line. So that's where Rochester will start this drive. at their own 18-yard line, going to our left.
Well, their last 2 possessions have gone backwards, so they can't afford to go backwards here.
Ethan Dewald in the game for Rochester, a 6-foot sophomore. And who's going to be the quarterback? Barnes? Yes, B.J. Barnes. The 5'9 sophomore will come back on. Landon Kelly comes out. The Z's break the huddle. Tight end to the left side for Rochester is Tristan Minix. Barnes takes the snap. Gives to the fullback right up the middle. And I believe that was Ernie. We'll wait and see. It was. Zach Ernie, I believe, on the carry. Gets 3, it'll be second, and gets 4, it'll be 2nd and 6. Ball at about the 23-yard line. 3:15 to play in the game. I believe Tristan is the other wing back in that far side. He comes in motion to the near side. Gets the pitch, looking for blockers. Nothing there. Driven back to the 20. Nope, that wasn't. No. John Kelly, a 5'4 freshman.
Gonna lose a yard.
3rd and 8 for Rochester. Clock rolls at 2:35 to play in the game. John Kelly was that last ball carrier. What's your stats page look like?
Yeah, well, I'm adding a few names and.
Barnes takes the snap, pitches to the near side to Landon Kelly. And Landon Kelly's stacked up for no gain. It'll be 4th and 8 back at the Rochester 20-yard line. Clock continues to roll with 2 minutes to play in the game. Looks like the Zebras will go for it. Coach Hooker is going to send Bailey Brown and a play into the huddle. Landon Kelly will come out. Barnes in the huddle with the Zebras, bring him to the line of scrimmage with 12 on the play clock. Bailey Brown, the right wing back. Also back there is Kelly and Ernie. Back to passes. Barnes, actually he's going to keep around the right side up the Whitko sideline. And he is run out of bounds and hit hard, shy of a first down of about 3 yards. So it'll be 1st and 10 for the Wildcats at the Rochester 25 with under 2 to play in the game. Giving 5 yards on the pickup.
I got a text that said, holy cow, North Miami's beating Southwood, but they didn't give me a score.
Is this their first rodeo?
I'm going to give you a score. 26-21.
26-21.
North Miami leads. Wow. North Miami leads Southwood 26-21.
In the 4th quarter.
1st and 10 for the Wildcats at the Rochester 25. Rochester leads 37-7 with 1:28 to play in the game.
Peru 27-20 over Manchester late in the 3rd quarter.
3rd?
Late in the 4th.
Oh, 4th, okay.
Just ran in for a touchdown for Peru.
Raider.
Yep.
Wildcats have it at the Rochester 25, 1st and 10. Low. Hands off to Lehman. He drags a pile close to the 20-yard line, giving the 21 and 4 yards. It'll be 2nd and 6 after a 4-yard gain, 1:17 to play. And now Whitko will use a timeout. 37-7. Rochester leads, 32nd break. You're listening to Zebra Football, 92.1 WROI and RTC TV4.
RTC Fiber Communications is now serving the community of Argus. Now you can enjoy the incredibly fast speed and reliability of fiber internet. Stream movies, surf the web, or watch your favorite local videos on RTC4.com. All from RTC Fiber Communications, now serving Argus. Give RTC a call today or check us out online at www.rtc1.com.
Are the other guys offering you less than you expect for your trade-in? At Shepherd Chevrolet Buick in Rochester, they trade your way, offering you top dollar for your trade-in vehicle. Hi, I'm Chris Smith, PGA Tour player and Rochester native. Shepherd's prides themselves on giving you the highest amount possible for your trade. If someone is giving you less than you expect, come out to Shepherd's and give them the opportunity to find a deal that works for you. Shepherd's Chevrolet Buick in Rochester, where they trade your way.
Lowe gives to Lehman, up the middle, inside the 20. Third down and 2 at the Rochester 18. Third and 2. Lowe takes the snap. He'll keep it around the right side. Running away from the Rochester defense. Barnes steps up and drives him down to the 15. That'll be enough for a Whitko first down as the ball gets to the 14-yard line. He ran a long way for 4 yards.
Yeah, he did. Lowe's got 7 carries, 46 yards, which is more yardage than what Whitko had for the entire ball game before this fourth quarter.
LaVille leads Winnemac 28-12. First and 10 for the Wildcats. 20 seconds to play in the game. Lowe under center at the Rochester 14. Lowe under center with 10 seconds. On the option, gives to the fullback. And that should do it. Rochester's going to win tonight 37-7 to run their mark to 4-0. Postgame show coming up next, 92.1 WROI and RTC TV4.
This broadcast brought to you in part by these local sponsors. The lawyers and staff of Peterson, Wagoner & Perkins LLP are here to provide the highest quality legal and professional service to their clients presently and for the future. See a full list of services online at peterson-wagoner.com. Evans Agency in Rochester, offering farm liability, personal property, and outbuilding policies, all customized to fit your insurance needs. Let Judy help you protect all of your possessions. Online at evansagencyrochester.com. Stay connected with the fastest internet speeds available with RTC Fiber Communications. Voice data and video connectivity for the 21st century. Online at rtc1.com. First Federal Savings Bank is your local mortgage lender with 6 locations throughout North Central Indiana. Trust the professionals at First Federal Savings Bank. Online at firstfederalbanking.com.